Yeah.
Now you Levy no. Meno and the SC or you Levy mono. But there's one about a friend saying 2 major institutions in this country.
Finance Ministry
and the Parliament.
Okay.
Minority in Parliament. And the Mekapa. Whoa.
But somebody on money jail.
Oh, let me say the
I know so the Namia se pass.
I say Ghana ho.
Oh, the Namia se pass anye.
What? Thank you. That's it. I say Ghana no. Ebinum ayom adwen say just obi bo form as na wakosoro.
Okay.
And your politics no so I say I was say me break me opponent down. Whether it's in the interest of Ghana or not, where they make Kenya in this in Kwangu, NPP force can be because we share 2016 as out in summer NPP for Kai one more KBA. It say like NPP force a purely mismanagement, incompetence. Purely without taking into consideration that domestic
numbers of the video be but the sound of the Vice President Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as if the fundamentals are weak.
Thank you.
The city depreciation will expose you. Junior IMF pedia that is a fundamentals no. But
the crime was say the kind and yes true. You see the kind it is theory that be contextualized into practice. So fundamental foreign exchange. So, the financial architecture of the world and Kasano and we're Africans. Now, when we know, a binum say Ubo Foma and also Opija. Now, Jesus Christ. Yeah, na sasu by no and Brian want to say you may change your mindset, and that is why I like listening to Papa Kusi. He's not politically biased. When he was speaking, he said, "Look, even the lifestyle of Ghanaians must be looked at." Now,
Papa for do baby so, me no do anu ato so, me mbemu bio. Do baby so afraid be law of kama. Time and end this was so. Ne memu yeti. Me kai say take the then finance minister crack up say comment be makokonyi the hold the then general secretary e ka chen say take you are one cause na call election year MPP capitalize on it including the vice president now and all the MPP communicators so and the NDCS and give praises because office say ye nyina ya boro pepepe o kan say ya san ye call ho nti mo smaka obia and ye nyina ya boro pepepe
is that why say the Canada Canada say the modus operandi are the same in terms of critiquing to gain power. So that's here. But if you national interests, no, you have a conscious conversation which is non-partisan. And that's what most countries have used to build and develop their countries. Now, abiding a financial arrangement ever to Jano. You who say na abide a introducing some levy beer nanka nyamienim a cost with the projections are nanka would have raked in about almost 7 billion to the country. Na me kaipa say the ministry made that effort to consult civil society organizations, academia, like virtually everybody in this country. Now ye mafu to be. Mami kaipa kra say chamber of communication kra eba out. Analyze tax experts eba out say look, tax no in principle no nanka enya progressive but the biaye do no we need something radical ebe boa oman no to rebound financially and that rate no now it was too high na utie pa na almost all of them were say oh mumenye no 0.5 that 50 pesos nanka 50 pesos no who assess here 1/3 of the projection.
Okay.
1/3 of the projection, which we have raked in about maybe a bit over 2 billion.
Okay.
And until I made it with one airport minister, finance minister, no.
Okay.
Went ye, because I was even surprised.
But the okay, baby say, do baby. yentie on the part of the economic management team. Ana yenimniaye self-confidence, the ego. When some intellectuals be feel say no more alternative suggestion to say the other main by no, the economic management team felt say mankofo bi bem na ebe yesa be to see yenimniaye. So we have to let the people know say we are on top of the issues. And then they do baby.
I think sir, he was so fixated on raking in that money.
Okay.
Not basically to say yinti, but as a projection, this is what we project, this is what we want. But the experts were considering the possibility of the user.
Okay.
Being discouraged from using optional.
Okay.
Say may use may use a fence system. No matter this car. Optional. There's another option. Once any mandatory, no, the person can decide to change. Now, even minority leader, the kai pass or program, already account no kwanka. You say then cost no monte to 50%.
Yeah.
So okay.
Odinka ojitum. And then number now for Sukwache edit statement by say position of NDC in this monte say.
Minority leader.
Okay. Yeah.
It tells you in principle.
I can say Emra 1 city crowd.
Thank you.
Many 50%.
So it tells there was this reduction. Because it will have a practical impact on the mobilization of the revenue. Thank you. Creative time. Emma opposition in Yadaji. Publicize yam and Kogana for Trimuse at the end. The time between disapproval of the levy in November to March now there has been so much publicity said Ghana Funina to say enye. When in actual fact it was a financial liquidity intervention and it would have helped our homegrown policy. Now when we minority today near the impact of it.
Can we blame the minority because I
blame because two.
All right.
We say the part two. Yeah. The finance ministry and the minority in parliament.
Management of
thank you.
The issue.
And to share CSOs because they analyze the issues dispassionately. Now, minority there or say IMF. That is what they believe in. Maybe I have a
dream. Back to issue. Say IMF no. Na MPP aban empeso ombeko on the basis say omo akasa omo kaye. Ebra na NDC aban wo so a omo IMF no. Omo paint picture no in the minds of Ghanaians. E man yet to say the then economic management team and Omampenda da John Dramani Mahama no, they were incompetent. Until now omo de economy no IMF. And here they are, and now here we are, almost 2 and a more.
Okay, so one say, maybe catch us say, on minor we do what we call the how fragile your economy is. Obianim, look, in academia we know that the African economy cannot withstand the slightest crisis because of the financial architecture of the continent. One, they say, as a continent, you need to come back on IDD. So we are dependent on a foreign currency to determine and strengthen and also sustain our financial architecture. Europe one more plan. And you start here so many years ago. Europe adopted. Nanka ene say Europe are introducing euro as a currency, common currency. Nanka by now Europe cut down BM because of this crisis. Share Euro na yakano. Uko Denmark. The other countries are one economy any good no. They still do translation no. So and not constant currency. But you see, as a continent, it gives them some currency stability. What I say, I want to be among themselves. So we are not dealing with Ghana, Denmark alone, but are dealing with the entire Europe. Now we've not been able to do this. So from the word go, no, we are at a very disadvantaged and derailed position. Now, Mama said treatment come on embra because I did Senanka Ghana de piano. People say we want to IMF as if they are the missile, as if say you nim nyansan able to be they are turning around misfortunes whenever it comes in. And then President said Finance Minister and prepared towards IMF. The implication, and I think there's an implication, the reasons why the minister was not trying to send Ghana to IMF. But you don't know. What it means is that they are going to do what we call panic negotiation. Now, I was saying, yes.
Panic negotiation.
Yes.
So now anticipating.
Oh yeah, because it's here.
Yeah.
Indeed. I don't speak to issues without figures.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the first half of the year figures.
Okay.
Now, realistically, I don't have evidence or figures. Churning out with Levy. I don't have it.
Okay.
So I had to speak to it. But at the end of the first half of the year, you report back. Now you share the status of the economy. If it is so bad to the extent that it has influenced our going to IMF now, now it's going to be a panic negotiation. A disadvantage in Ebim Abrofono because it's now I don't want to go to where young Papa Ekasati our debt position. You see, I know. Look, most countries we have what we call refinancing strategies. Countries be US credit be bobo send the troubles here. Or maybe anywhere, or we can say the time swan or Kojibosia or screening in honum. We do what we call refinancing. It is better to borrow to pay your existing debt than to use your money that you have to pay your debt. And it's we can say borrowing. Look, Ghana, and this is about credit every day. They have borrowed to pay existing loans. The only advantage, Jeremy said, maybe the currency will be stable and the interest rate will also be stable. If the interest rate is higher, then it is very difficult to borrow to pay loans. And that's where we are now. Because a chunk of our foreign debt portfolio, interest rates are high than the concessionary loans. And it is so difficult for you to even get the amount in borrowing to use and then defray your loans and recycle the loan.
Okay.
That's a problem. So here, let me say negotiation by day. If indeed our situation is so precarious, because na scanner IMF on this cow. IMF is a big go. A man for sick can egu IMF. IMF no. Some magic tree beer scow also. I want to go to do. Or this cow countries. No, a banking system. A banking system. What I say, China for be on, Redu for be on, US for be on. Now,
IMF and the web here scam during the COVID period. China with $4 trillion as reserve offered to buy a stake in IMF and the World Bank. And almost my China English. So members should resort to printing money.
Okay.
And that is where the reason why we are here.
And that's also a contributing factor to the global inflation.
Yes.
And now there is stagflation.
Yamna Ghana inflation and economic situation. Now, Yakwa IMF 16 times. And from the records, not just any time I Ghana back IMF Biano, you be free Mbani Abre. Abre, and they say, a time ya hoche kakra. A batimum for so with respect to conditionalities are attached. A woman says negotiations of finance minister and said Hunia or Cocky can but yes pain. The better media Naswaka win social intervention policies be nominated public sector employment nominated Nisus and so beba. What expectations ever saying?
Okay, now I want to cabisi.
Yes.
Also, there's something about this government. Personal meaning.
Okay.
Baba Kusubu Afutia, so obeti. Public engagement, stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
Yeah, me rate you more. I may rate NDC above them. You know why?
Ghana for the
yeah, no. Say, ube ama enkrofo di wono mo adwen abem. No, yeah, omo no akakra. Because you see,
what do they be omo sir? They have the men.
No, they. You see, also you have the men. But I say nyansa any bako for 3 I'm right, eh?
Sana yakano.
Enti ahemfo nyansa. Media for nyansa. Academia wo nyansa. Enti once in a while no. Now what na say? Look, we all knew after 2020 COVID, you know, we are going to face crisis. Because yeah, Papa Kasano, on my tias here, says Kana are buying edition for during COVID, you know. There were no free money. Sesika would have gone to develop other sectors of the economy. Those monies would have been used to pay loans. We have to touch our reserves. And say ye ko IMF. Mesre abain.
As a prof COVID ni monso abain World Bank ni IMF maniska.
And America Sesika no. Well, ye ka IMF fund. And you say ye di chichu. Look, some are to stabilize economy. And that you did be eco be a bank no. What I say? So ebinum kase IMF adenta odi IMF sika akoyese IMF sika de more no. And yes the chairman call for the mundi. Come and lessen the burden on your economy and the people therein. Now, Mesre Abai say Abai say aja to mu say yenko IMF Mesre within the shortest possible time. Let's hold a stakeholders meeting. Na enkrofo a wonum ewo nyansa a won so betimi obia beba on board academia, the chiefs, the people, the companies, associations obia ye man enkrofo no obia me kanadwen e basa na say we come out of a stakeholder meeting. Now the policy ceases to be an MPP policy, but it becomes a national policy. In the midst of differences and submissions.
Former President Mahama yes but
studio.
Yeah.
Maybe can say suggestion now. Former President a year no. Nanka was MPP for tea.
Because almost they have
been there before. Well, they have been there before. Never go on my own. For politics and count. Your mind, assembly studio me guy pass me count hanum say. Nanka the President Mahama Ekano. Nanka MPP phone tea. Na because it was a looming danger.
But say one count tea because. Nipa no tiakonya so reason MPP gave and say otiso 2016 and Ghana for who say or incompetent or nyade into to abeti and 1.5 million vote and supposedly competent MPP government headed by economic management team Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the team aba omubo adwuma it is also akofani na onyade tuti an ba so no san me kire wadwen a it say you are failing
Debbie and he added his voice to it.
Is a team.
What I say, he added his voice to the call, said, let's get a stakeholder meeting to turn things around because there was a looming danger. What I say, now say, okay, said, the piano, men crow for me, no me juman kwana. Yes, sir. You may even have the best of policies. Say, oh my, stakeholder meeting, but they came out with a very good liquidity policy like Levy. But I see. One of the problems that Levy faced here was because stakeholders were not involved. It came out from a management committee, some experts, but all the stakeholders, when it came, before we sat down, got documents and have to analyze the reason why. Bananka,
I said the president is Suma Gabi say on and pay that John Domani Mama on in Kokasa.
Na NDC is not Mahama. No, please. And Ghana is not Mahama.
Ghana is made up
Serious, different people. Wonderful
Here we go. Okay, this is my motherland, Lady Ghana tiny. Anything I go talk, you make a tiny. Boy, what put me a hey, Bonnie down a fay. Many me feel the hikati and many won't pay. Malaba he can you feel the Bajamin Cabo. What you know, Koninga Lawa Premi Cabo. I promise on my own, I'm over Taya near Shona. But in what be Sana, Nibukuna no Shona.
Yawaena, Jumanchi Afiko May, Kowan Kabila Capito. Zahida kai banda bambanci mu daina zalunci ubangijin Allah wai ma zumunci ya fi komai annan Muhammad wai ma zumunci ya fi komai iyayenmu wai ma zumunci ya fi komai
See, this is not a peace song, it's a love song. Peace and Ghana getting married, keep the love strong. See, a peace we cannot risk. War at home is like cardiac arrest, cause home is where the heart is. Let the trumpets sound victory. The battle that we won is a battle for a peace. We promise on an honor that we'll never fight again, cause Ghana is the happy place of joy we should defend.
Get up, what's up, motherland? I don't feel like Obidi and Afia. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba Majihara Mabiatao was a young will a dodgy love from Gakachale. How? From the big six, you still to fix things. How Hamakafu was she can't reach this.
If you don't make it be, somebody for fight with a need for a peace. Income boom. Is it with if we to protect the nation, Mother God and anyone I save it. Oh yeah.
About the peace, hey, about our summer day, about the peace, hey, I want to now summer day walk, hey, Mafuma Wabo Susa, walk as some chon once, say, many bay you so killing you, Shiwara, which as if you won't pay for Amos who are when you did your cocoto, a lady be okay, palace, a lady more okay, ballet, a lepizico okay, ballet, I'm out with you all in him. It's all about a peace. Hey, Maloba.
Fonts in a doom, stores are to doom, police say you foom, and we are say soon. Papa, yeah, papa, depending on high, Mwashakuma Muma, Memina Danima, Papa, would don't know what it is, Musimugania, Sema Photo Gem, BBC.
Ghana, it's no more.
Papa, picture free me, there you made him no more.
Said of the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Hey, we pray for love, we pray for peace, we pray for unity always. To make our nation better, to make our nation.
So bring me baby, Abwagana, Nakana Bayo, and you, if we mean so bring me baby, Abwagana, Nakana Bayo, and you, if we mean
any ondo efansu mi many now many ya yakasara japadea ya nana no di abebrese gebe to maye enti asemena unse yesu ngane anya sabe dachi chiriba beba bebo ya minia susu brene baby mapwa gana na gana beyo eyeyo efemino wao susu brene baby mapwa gana na gana beyo eyeyo efemino wao.
All right, people. And of me more kwaba more trans enyumrei. Any area in so baby I will be around one. Ya wotimen ka do afidie ato ha awiei. Anadu faimu. And of me more kwaba biem esanse. Ene enkomo ewo efia. I'm saying I watch him one said auntie and papa. Many and I am walking for swinging in Yanano. Bibinti and to me a man. As one franchise, you swear to two near Massa Bibia by a camera. Now the aquas to be and so no. Let me at the abroad. There goes the coffee ending, the net coffee ending. Ossi susu baby papi na fabua Ghana. So many by ye saying ye, and you to furnish a free mineral. That's a free mineral, dear. Na free and paying for and subi. And paying for and so one year my year. One funny amount to a quamu. And maximum 400 tower. And until you to about. Other women more, huh? And you may na sing come out so do a video to her. And then and come on, I deba. A boss sweet. Live from Denver, Colorado, the Rocky Mountains. Stay tuned. Of course, I don't think I don't think I tiasi. Minim sa dum ninti na onsu anyamre na wutie me. Onyame nkoswa na onhwe yensumo en hoban. Adum ninti na yase ye hu eya bosumi atoso enso. In the year 2022.
But grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Achum. It was you, my lawyer in that courtroom. It was
that's right.
My soldier.
Another powerful one from Diana Hamilton. Ossi Adum.
Adum. Hey, Adumo, Nyame. Adum. Ntina metiasi. Eya wadum tina mewo. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace.
And for WhatsApp will be test your B. Call somebody to join us live to Amenado Studios and then come on.
of my praise is centered on your grace. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Who has changed my story? Who has given me a song? Turn my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. You have changed my story. Protocol breaker, you made a way. You turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. Could not have made it without you. Hey. Could not have sailed through without you. Your loving kindness, grace and mercy brought me through. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Could not have made it without you. Hey, could not have sailed through without you. Papa, your loving kindness and grace and mercies brought me through. So the essence of my faith is all centered on your grace. Achoo, achoo.
All right, people. Adumi jagumu ina mefa kwenya iso. Na me din tia sonko entia mu ntra. Ade ma na dofo ne na tiefo no. Ya wo ewia sefa na nyina. Na so me bowura mu o man Ghana mu ama me ntia obafua. Na me ntia efo. Na ebi enkoma Maxam Ventures. Mr. Kwabena Ofori, NCT live from Ghana. And you ready?
So the essence of my faith is because of your grace.
I say I don't. Amenado Zumunti and a while.
Take your videos offline and watch uninterrupted.
That's right. Also, what done City Abio? Hey, I knew a woman beyond fancy and fancy.
Now I am a minister. I send me back to me. I'm a near be pan. I'm in them. Not to my dream. Now so mean to me country nipa. If it's a nipa, my same go. One cut in a bedroom. Engu many mwase. Enti my echo na mi guna mani. Nasa mi shakwaya. And they want people marawa imini zoenina nami uniami kampo. I have a testimony. I'll tell the world my story of what you have done.
That's right, people. Mamintia a lawyer general. Mitia lawyer general so UK. And you ready? Tia Santua and Miss Pepra. I was Connecticut and you may name somewhere. Fransuna Michia Minia. Now says share my Worcester, Massachusetts. And I'm Chianco Manu Ebisia for Nara.
Done it before.
Me ba consuming him so tell me life. I was Ghana. Mommy Rose, who tell me I'm a child, papa. Baby, I will be on your ring.
And now for Nebuchadnezzar, give me to
Until I give a New Jersey.
Now, my name said many does
Uncle Joe. For seeing him, is also in New Jersey.
Many to no send Quebec.
Until Uncle Frank of Edmonton. Until Amosako Dom. You know, baby, I will be a child on your ring. Gifty Abasa. And so Toronto, Canada. Frank, Uncle Frank, who Edmonton. And I say I'm a Sako Domo Toronto. Now, Epi Enkoma, Sister Juliana, my Sister Philly, Mr. Tommy, Omania Champo. And the more Mutia live from Canada, Nimpata Muninano. And you may Chianco Mamo. One more time here. Let's start. Hey. What's wrong with baby? One shot in few. Oh. I also would say Mona Nimia Radia Mount. And it's fast that man. Nadia Dancy. Of a coming war France and Tian come out. I'm in Chow Befua. Medical. Nana Kosia is also in New York. Okonfanachi is in Connecticut. Mr. Archie is in Manchester. I know our UK Bontain. Archie's friend Kofi is also in Manchester. Nancha come Mr. President. Our UK. Sister Sawan powerful bracket too. It's also in outside London. Anyone would see me live from London. One night, we see Betty and saw mine who don't. And Chiancoma. Nana do say we UK. Ciao, Papa. Mami Janko Kizito. Na ebin koma oseku for. Ejakweku. Na afemincha Mr. and Mrs. Akumia Akumia Michelle Papa Papa Biaobi. I owe it to you, only you, Jesus. That's right. I'm in Chakonongukaya. Oh, Washington, D.C. Now, if we come a Ghana money, if we come a Mr. and Mrs. Supper, of Alexandra, Virginia. You will do it again. Done it before. It's your sister Mary Sechi. And so Maryland. I'm in Gigo, our Maryland. Ebi Enkoma. Opayi. Ojo Chire. Na minim se many das wasan. Onyon kobre boa. That's right. Also, on the antisenipo.
Mamana dumna sumi sunne.
That's right.
I have a testimony.
And Chankoma, Mr. Bismarck.
Tell the world my story of all that you.
We are network engineer. Yeah, Denver, Colorado. And also my brother, a student at the Denver School of Mines, Mr. Winfred and Chankoma. Nana Chianum saw what Chicago. Nana do say, Nana do Jemfi, Efra Florence Dixon, Mayu, Mark Christine, Kakape, and one time when you're in Chankoma. I can see yes, we are Cincinnati.
For your goodness and mercy, I see every day. Your kindness and favor is all I know.
The big man of Atlanta, Georgia. Namentia Opani. Mentia Minia. Opani Kwame. Nebinto. Iben Riverson.
Osa peri me, mempomi senkuta, enichimu arewumo, mempomi senkuta.
Amin Japaya wo Ohio Colombo. John Ensu. Anapokia Ajima. Ohine Yire. Na Anapokia Ajima. Ewekia. Mr. Prince. Danny. Enyanum nyina wo Columbus Ohio. Chiako mama. Namentia. Joe Osewusu Joe White. Joe baby obi ametia. Namentia Professor Ali. Enso Texas. Dallas, Texas. Ali baby obi ametia. Nana dia wo sister Fua Enso Houston, Texas. Namentia Stephen Tufo who Philip and Chiagoma Victoria Ajeko, also in Texas. Bona and I fed Nana Dako. I was Seattle, Washington State. Nana Boa for Yabua is in Ghana. Nana would tell me I'm a child, Papa. That I wish it be. Mincha Madam Chair, the MPP USA chairperson. Levy will be an Michiano. This is what I have from Paul. Mr. Pierre Danko. I am branch chairman. Denver MPP. Denver local chairman. Mr. Pierre Baby Obi Amicia. Nichana na buansi wa Denver, Colorado. Nana usie mi ababia obi a nchi ankom. Ene nkomo ewo ho. Say, obi bisa na manfo bisa. What is going on in Ghana politics? Is it Levy or IMF? And I bet you are doing today. Are we going IMF or not? Ese niema moya dimbruta. Niema moya diama sese ni edru no. Ese ya last stop ni ye hope. Eno ni IMF. Etunum ko bi yesi na enye. NDC kwa yesi enye. Kwa IMF now you incompetent. We are incompetent. So are we going or not? This time around, I am way different. The difference, and the same. What did it? And I can't afford it, so I can't be a car. With the car, with the car. With the car, $10. And I also the car $50. I can't be a car. And I'm a boy. And I busia biazi abusia. And found in the idea 10 million. And I near the 50 million. A cabia cat. And you know, as some young can send you a tear. So say a man for say a COVID say yeah. Ukraine war Saneba Yankoni yankotie na na blue Ose bazi Asamo ayo enkrofo bi di sika wo Ghana ho papa na ya me ya say young prosecute obia say omo na omo NDC omo MPP omo so sankwan yo obia ni na mo free say man for nya weapon the NDC get the weapon enti anyum ye kobai eye nyina ya anyum o ase o twindore ye me enyim dare ye wara ho ayo uri fonsa yesi no abia wonsa ejamu wankashwe osimi kofie sana wora no shwondo Liberty College na wabo menim enyi waje fuponko alugo na wakoshe fuponko so na wezizi wa mi wali ya no kosie zento fuponko kama nanda ono zako wa frene ye mumoluwe nipamro doctor wehin doctor mekana semiso doctor ono kolebu one order ka for doctor moba o de ponko enoko nopa ponko konka ba ponko no wena mina na papa pase eja mo bisa ponko da wayenda no wa papa pase na nazo mo gete ja mwenye de eja mo wasa meke no de we unko mwezi
Show me no the way.
Ayo.
What's the making no the way?
I'm one order.
Ejamu wankashi. Osimi kofi.
Yeriko, I am a finance.
I am friend once upon the way more.
Yeah, Gigi Levy. Which is which?
Oh na opa me.
And I'm on too.
Oh there when you when you nampa.
A some for Gigi contract no more disicanya funya. One risk a sense our Ghana. And for Bianco Jinaco.
One far cook.
And say Yadika.
About
Kaya dino. And the last stop on the IMF. And also see a cat.
Now what's the more get jam when you're there?
Yakobo the Tiaka. Yasako Bobu Sebium. Nada Benya Bedia.
What you know, worry me.
Ayo.
Worry, when you made that sign, worry, what you know, worry me. Sign, worry,
Order for Amenado a video to Amenado radio cine. Fire for fire. And I did blow and you may. Now, yes, Incrophobi. I wanna do say. Say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Baba MPP flag bearer. Dear, any Enkogo. Enkokona. Say Bekogo, the Enkokona. Roof is a mena woyame. MPP for Oma yenshani yenyina yensi enyansa o.
Efuponko so zizimia.
Omano ye die no ye number 1. Enye wafu ene ubotom. And this for abere cash ko. Motu mo ba e trese mo fu musika na mo we cash.
Nkosi ezinkoti na ewukro.
Ayo.
Sadachi anhwani ye ya. Edasam bobo.
Esinkrofobia hijacking MPP party. No clear. And they are better once. And this is what me cause ya Bruce, ya Bobusia. Asia baya bakonina. And no clear no clear. And they are better once. Nabusia no so ya Bruyanuano. 1 district, 1 factory. Yeah, just say a buying a saw man for us. Na Incrophobia baya so na sene. Eji sika na adwuma sese wodi sika ne ye no. Wan fanya. Obu nyina ma excuses. Say na covid ba na die na sese Ukraine war. Eni ti sika no Incropho no wo mwadi. Ya wo fo wo mwadi. Special prosecutor na adwuma ne sai. Attorney general na adwuma ne sai.
Doctor Wayne.
And a man for 2 warrior cash. Hey, Murani yo.
Doctor Mopa. Oh, that Ponko and Okonopa. Ponko, Ponko, no winning and papa say. A jam is up on quite away and then no papa say.
Near Cosuno, near Cosuno. Women can send you a city. Near Cosuno. And with your best friend, Mr. President. Yes, it's always Safun, always Safun. Only for no one and Yansa. I want to Yansa ni baku 14. So I'm going to do on trial being so sure. And Yaman Koye. And Yama and Koye. All right. And person you see 2020. And person you see 2024. Yeah. A man for Shasi. Now one fat and Crophobian cocoa. Matisse. The physical Pudroma branch everywhere. Sunan and Patamu or Bruna half. Now, dear Mako business. 1 district, 1 factory. Makonu Yam. Any idea what the good from near label? Now, yes, COVID by or the excuse. A Jumano and Cosso, if it's all COVID. The Sicanons who are here, Sicanons are Francophobia Sato. I don't know what to all. I don't know what to all. There's a couple sample. One more time, me and Kwame so. Of a Kwame joining me live from France. There is all best for us to be joining. You're trying your back on so Mr. Edward. Mr. Edward and Super Johnny. Edward Frigana, Fiona, Wabedu, Wabe, Commande Bruta. And I'm a Kosu or man. And for Phobia Sika, if you are buying her, so what the business and Momana Kosu, what be a factory. And what the hours I was Sidamu. Ayo, meaning say, you know, who be say a beer factory, a beer factory, a beer factory, and for one bar, a two-man almost the a bear Koson Crophobia say, who suck a pudu. According to Crophobia bottom, what did he free? Crophobia and Coco. Obi says Argentina, Mampania Kufuado. As a wire dodo, as somewhere a month for Statica and you know, before 2020, a battle. No Mampania Wadi, no Mampania near Nimon on your mini, and no Mampania said on your action. Mampani, which Yemia, your action. Your action. I catch your alcohol, the won't walk my bones in our way. Once one was more get a jam when you're there. A jam away, a jam one cashe. Oh, swim coffee. Sana one run off, one don't live at the college in a wabble man. Then you are there for Ponko. I look on a wabble shit for Ponko. If you Ponko sooner ways is the one me. Only a no yes and Ponko. If you Ponko come on under, I know that go a friend of your mummy. Doctor Wayne, Doctor Megana Samiso, Doctor Onopo, one order for Doctor Mopa, or that Ponko, and Okonopa, Ponko, Kaba, Ponko, no enemy, and a papa say. A jam will be sap Ponko away, and then no papa say. Then as I get a jam when you're there, a jam was the making all the way. That's more Canada way. Know the way. That's right. And of me more cover be more transi and you may and come on fear lawyer joining me. Lawyers are joining me live from UK and you may lawyer General Frempong and so ewa. Ma mini can call for Kwame soon of Kwame. I'm so by at. I mean of Kwame didn't come up a cry. Now me call lawyers. Of Kwame, what do you mean come more cover?
And I my beggar so tem and temper.
And I was Bantam, money first person.
Well, Bantam.
Oh, what to say?
O say,
me pacho, what to say?
Oh, Odumada Roma, Mijina Sofa, Uma so make kiki.
Of a Kwame Jina Super, and as I'm getting
Jana Fossi one more chili, me to make kiki.
Yo, over Kwame Yamo Kwaba.
Ya eje.
Na over Kwame, na what chimu ya tisa Mampani si. Eye finance minister, one share na woni nkomo efa IMF. Enti ofa ye ko anase eba. Woti asemi no, se na won so ofa no, ye ndi wadwenhwe.
Na Mr. Mike, send me the maka nti we no obi kai. It is a weather weather provisions. Minimum say a bit theater because system no sanity. Now all the offers here continue canoa. A better nothing to. Offers won't minka, so mismanage idea won't minka. La yo, if I show crisis are bad. Crisis a bar. It member changes a bar.
Okay.
Mo bien kodune se wo mo faili ye no yes I confirm Omaba. Sa shift system no, it must go.
Okay.
It must go. So now we have an so when you kwanya e was say go through crossroad. Now who baby our fan and there was say oh change direction. 65 years in me anye kwame kuma ne kakra obeye ni nyina ya hojo no ya pete no sisi di hobiem. Enti what must we do? Yo, a man no is based on one philosophy B. Philosophy no is back two things na maminka philosophy na ye di adwuma no. And say mo ba be mo pe akonwa no. Monte party. Na ma fe mo monku na de ofi say obetumi atwa nkontompo magdofo agye die no a obenya vote kese no e di akonwa na ma no o abedi so ati azie enti nipa kro a wo ba no wo ba be sebo a section of the population, especially if be nepotism or me ben or the busunya for ne one more said a memory no one fa ho nyina ombenya chance ye free be chronism ne say one more when you one boy me that Ghana for no a one would do musika koshe monos or so benya one would do so eti Ghana no a one baby rule no there and you one problem
enti over mani so enti say economic hardship or money face no who blame finance minister
na say financial problem no financial
finance department
let's say financial near financial minister who must we tend to one day you find this one man Ghana ya bobisi o ya jilo ta kesi in billions so ya sa di Levy abeka ho afede
na fa Levy ya say man for ntua o ya say man for yom sika kura o ntua system no mu
sa abrantie no o meka dodo a o mo generated from Levy no a friend is o chiri da ko ase hwan ne so hwan o meka figures you know Levy no generated ono some might not be in fact we a provocator so we head up provoking said the beya ye bube fu na but you know we are matured people to we no you say okay no of an idea community ayo hinena so but no kreni Ghana no enyo obi edi o enye sabi chebi fo na say party MPP for di o eku eye nipa bia yakohye area bi mu so esiremfo anafo akanfo eni ekuoku ahodo enti se wo so ba bedie so a wo se hwehwe kwan a ubema sa obi a wo Ghana no wodi na adwena ba ya hwe kwan a ye betumi solve ye common problems na nyese wo kofa kuro bi na wo no nkrofo na mo yi na ye free say the mandate no e ma no ye ni a wubu ma na ba ye no ye ni tumi bia the open away ye kasa wontie ba nyese Ghana ya short enyasafo
na overcome so ukase
but we don't
ukase ye kan wontie wana uka ya wana ukasa kire no ya wanti no wa kirem
abano amebo abano bureau of think tank bia ye betumi edi information akọ
ana sef information minister
meba ye betumi be dialogue ebi as a project bi ni person implement ya ye betumi ne debate also
na last week want to say omo bie I think that was investment something. Yeah, open information be about. Sir, open say.
Yeah, problem because me the whole can need details in it. What they have problem.
Maybe a flash. And details
why?
Mepe details nam.
Now there are better platforms so will be any access to it because se menyansa no mu jama mi wi a Ghana mo no mo lusu kese.
Ya ti Ofakwame.
Yes.
Yo, Ofakwame. Eti fawa no see na men lawyers.
Enti problem na wo ho no. Say financial idea. The best way to go na say you do crossroad. You hwehwe alternatives. And yes, we woman to for because almost fail. The only way out to say, Yanko another philosophy. Philosophy mono, yen free ho, Niumra philosophy beer. Ye be build the system, ye be crap parties in, ye be crap political parties in.
Now, Ofakwame, what system I am building here? Sir, on mind the obetis from mine or mana coswa taxes. Ghana man phone.
Kabiam mamin
taxes.
Command parties.
Tax.
Facts.
Ovaka no timen kan
where do no
taxes. Yet to tax.
Taxes. And they bio eno de ye di generatiska but o my
na sika no na ade be mpuntu eno na be manipa no so wa
tobo you are missing up things o man chichire ene say ye beto anyansa bomu so ye beto
anyansa no wo de wunya anyansa no kwa ade
na wo gige tax na yi taxi your friend is saying who baby a tax no kwa
Tina amanfo empesa ombetuar because ebinom so complain. Taxes now
Gaddafi o yusu ni mine resources. At the burden in mine when ye be a taxi be a rather will triame here for. It depends how you use your resources. So, se nipa ba ko ana se kuo bi so mbe diskanwa ehia for be doson de kuo bi nkwan they enjoy. So, because yenim microphobia what they believe is friends saying capital acquisition system. Now when nipa say be do so a wa wo hwa wo dwuna ho a Ufi say will be problem any problem. No, because one no say the beya omo be ram French for the friend ramas buano na omuma nananom ni nananom abebe nyina betumi a live good na ehia ohia amene dodo no so enti oman no once enye nipa ba akofo de no e wo se hwehwe kwan se the beya se yetumi oman one yetumi kinyansa boom ye adwuma edin these two things na no krebe mu a transparency da ho a e kwa be so biem wa wo begime no a ye sanhyen o wo se du kotum a na ye du akotum these small things are ye de body oman but so wo fa se na ti akọ o hweska so na wonim so o jirigado no wo buani aguso se de hwe ma ya na owura ba omia o so onim wi ase economics nyina so se ya kolok na no se hidin you yentenenka pastor you told us you have the men where are they
asem na na ubisa no Ofakwame me no ya adwen where are the men na ne ya kan wasem eno ne ye wo mu yo
enti se atitifo no mama no mo afeli ene ya na we no so afeli ya it means we don't have star parties we don't have competent people to rule Ghana. Enti the best thing is say yen change system no na fe yenye referendum yen to constitution entry yen constitution fufua from experience you bet me a year corrections ya pass it through now feel so enquire bible ayentumi paper no ye the rubber betua pencil no to nti ye mistake ni a paper ni asa ye the correction aba enwe Ghana will move forward ubesisi ye but they betua to krono this the way to go Emmanuel ya me break
yada say of a coming yet saying and can the force I've been as I do a video with the ato here Amenado radio soon fire for fire and a wood say of a kwame at the free France and not the buy sabi lawyer joining me and so from UK mamine lawyer general and Kodi and come up lawyer me pato to me come mo akwaba
thank you
na me pato name to say
ye hu pa
yada Jesus lawyer last week ye nyanentie say me kasa me say me no di ho nkomo about Levy yeah eno enwa semba say say be 1 month near will roll out of Levy no sika ebaye no enu near na mo expect ni na watch you it's ye say abeto abonten say omampanyi edi ato finance minister ni mu say oni IMF for enhase eni nkomo na ye hu kwan be fa so a ye be ho lawyer last week ya so ne yete say deputy minister of finance John Kuma ekoka of parliament say IMF there enya dia ye ho ne akọ china edi na change within 48 minutes lawyer what have changed
the change is quite simple now for people that want to understand will understand for people that do not want to understand wouldn't
okay chiremuka kramai
okay maybe I say the person what here the ubusa say dey na exercise
and
I'm say the exercise no e ade a titi
enu nti na pese ehu ade na asesa ye ni mo
ni pa o pese what here say no hu the asesa no obehunu na wo hunu no what here say enye so obehunu po wo hunu no what here say and the way na dwen say want here say no wo hunu no we ndey wo hunu okay your party no I have said many times for more than a year. Crowd saying, Mr. Take the same way before 2020 elections. Say there is no coordination between the party and the government. There is no coordination between government itself. There is no coordination.
Really? And not just a party now say ho na wo no. Lawyer near weekend no not as a ministry no and as a ministers no ne aban no ankasa no emu no ntichemu ho
enye de make the AC no sa na kire na ade different ye ba power 2016 when election ye sway in 2017 and ade we started there say party no yene government in coordinate yene government in komo yen ka ho enchire government sabe yen chire government de wonye and yen chire government de ye pe yen chire government yen chia
Mr. Pierre fatu mute my why o microphone so bet me mute na man ya be boy Mr. Pierre dead everywhere to me so far to meet my no
thank you I hope we can continue
Mr. Pierre me pato microphone so bet me mute na man why odaroma ewo o phone no so no o click so okay thank you no party
no look the entire your government is because we have a party. And for government to be successful, government in a party, it was a kaboom. Party assessing the government, right? Party in a war government. It's as a party in everywhere in the country. There were offices across the country. Until we understand what is happening on the ground. Until the year in the was a government say nekro, say na ye, say ne pesa we. So government pesa we biswa oboya manie.
Yeah.
Obo party amanie. Uwaji party agree. Government pesa o implement BBA is the party na was di kan te. Na party na prepare grounds. A catch the Ghana for. And sana ifirabanwaba. Okay? That is when party and government work together and coordinate and work hand in hand. That is when government itself. Now, what we have is a government that itself does not even meet to discuss anything. Say, government is meeting regularly, cabinet level, any whatever level on between a meeting. And can you proper coordination and can you situation where Deputy Minister of Finance yen kokra within few days or some hours, matter of days, 1 or 2 days or hours, government say empire honey ekro. So was this man not briefed before? Deputy Minister of Finance talking to Parliament before Baba Parliament abekasa akan government policy ho asem no, he needs to have a briefing. Patrol to the making say he needs to have sat down with government, being at whatever level, say economic management team, say the cabinet, say whatever, say Parliament, I'm due to talk, I'm due to give a speech, and as I'm due to say something about the economy. Say the planning, what we are saying, and as a stand, I'm in coca. Into who say all the time, Nanka, friend say, him book bako, any year be a year to you, but in yes, sanity.
Yeah.
Instead, you know, John Funa coordinating. Okay? Yakoye Levy. I call for huge controversy about Ghana.
Yeah.
Ya bombardia ye di bit me biera to get the government to pass the e-levy, even though government was not helping itself to pass it.
Na lawyer mami misao me pacho e-levy no yen hwe niema kakra before e-levy na nkasa ebeba bontia na beko parliament emu ye di blade kura twa obi anim ene ye kotwe speaker konya ene ho nsem bebre wonyin tumu se finance ministry hono ankasa no wani kan ni Ghana for anye engagement enchiremu no ama NDC already no propaganda na hunu no.
You want us to blame somebody. What any panel supervisor? Why don't you blame the supervisor for not supervising the person properly?
Supervisor no there.
Finance minister only supervisor on.
Oh, supervisor.
Okay. Now, you share identity Daniel Fanto.
Okay.
Okay. Government. Time a person passing 11. Government was asleep because and we wouldn't have a cabinet minister sitting somewhere.
Me pacho Kizito fatu mute. Uba so fatu mute wachi ni hapo ni nyina ba. Kizito fatu mute.
Can I continue?
Lawyer, continue, man.
Thank you so much. Now, after somehow e-levy was passed, right? You're passing e-levy, no? Barely over a month. Then we have the Prime Minister of Ghana telling us e-levy no confess kebiama. Just wami abregu.
Ya bunkrofo asum free.
Wami he just come to tell us. Did he when on a party meeting? Could he not tell this to the party? Said Deni yenka che Ghana for. Did he just come and tell us just like that?
Etilaya, not just any okay no. Just finance ministry, omo for apple.
You want to blame finance ministry, but I want to blame government itself.
That's only a part of government.
Okay. Enti, I hope I will be allowed to talk about our government. So, the Prime Minister just come to tell us, say 11 and Fahriyama. I thought Prime Minister could have spoken to the cabinet. They all meet and sit down and think about it. And then tell the party, say, this is the problem I have. What do we do? Okay? And at the way, party in for chance I been home say no say approach problem.
Enti lawyer, me pacho, you Levy no, ankasa before ebeba no. From my own source of information. Me so me di mani to form no, but who say since 11 years here pass. The vice president maintain say wa kan ho asem on kan ho asem e wo ba bia na me bi say mu no e bi so kire mu say na ompene so.
Look, that is your source. I'm not going to get involved in that.
That was my source. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to get involved with that. Because that's fine. We need to have a government that is coordinated, a government that is in control and in charge. We don't have. That is our problem. Our problem is not the vice president. Our problem is all of them who don't coordinate, who don't meet regularly and compare notes and discuss and make a decision together. And that's the problem. Okay? Now,
cabinet no won't go meet.
Do they actually meet? We are sure. So we are meeting now, and can we assure the Deputy Minister of Finance Baba catch there and say, "Yen call IMF." Then within 1-2 days, never can see a IMF. Then, Obakan Sasem he suggested a IMF option. Nenkoda. Okofa assembly a mama for ridicule ye defense of the Levy say pass no. You better clear fine. Within few days, no ground for a unity. I was a Ghana call IMF. So we from make a new backro. Good, John Mahama no. Obakan see IMF pet. Additional government say president say my directive finance minister son IMF. Hey, say the ground for any other kabum.
I no ground information say.
Yes.
I no ground information say. Cabinet members.
Yes.
I ask some more.
Masa, you know Guabontene. You know Guabontene. Adia ye handing over power to John Mahama and say don't get here. Ademo already say President Kasi will 2 kwanya. Whether you so be 2 kwanya or packing a bag we ya she said niema na baby obafa nyina ida komo okuje to blackwa. Somehow, such a decision, anko party, anko baby, need the answer of the catch addition president. I South Pepe, you don't fool and South Pepe na me. Mene, we don't fool say one. Really? Maybe I could do no.
Make me a busao.
Mike, we have a problem. I see a beye kukwasa di jechinye. Near blame this, ya blame way, near your government film. We are gradually handing over power. Our government is very weak. Makasem way every day. I believe that they don't meet cabinet in here. I have no doubt. I believe the government doesn't meet party to discuss anything. I believe the party in Pennyforma did that. They don't call government to order. Mike, party ya immediately say you benye sika here botomo. Mean that is not why I shout here for. Me bemu say obi beye sika ni. Me wom and want the party to win and to rule because I believe say party no will deliver something to the poor people of Ghana. But the chrono only insist from, and we have to be careful. You know, and yet fact, and yet And yet, IMF can have it. But how it was coordinated and how we found ourselves where we are, it isn't the problem. IMF Ghana's problem will still be the same. It will even be worse. Because I'm not going to speculate on conditions on the money, but Ghana called IMF 17 times already.
No correct.
Say if solve problem and problem not solved 17 times already.
Uh-huh.
You call 17 times say ever solve it problem and problem has been solved 17 times already ago. But it looks like we are doing the same thing and we are getting the same result and we are even doing worse than before. So say if we were to vote and now what must we say? Government is sorry and coordinating a control and it doesn't listen to anyone. Police for it the same. One more catch say one more declaring for be wanted.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for knowing that radio station and I listened to some of them. Yesterday I listened to them. Mike, and you, dear Konenye, I am very disappointed. To be honest with you, I am very disappointed. Say we still have 2 years. I still have hope. Say yes, we support, but whoever obeying heritage, if I say obey a flag bearer election or obey winning, the person will have a huge problem. Say I said that you know them from so who say they I don't know. Ya said that yes ye ne sise ho near hand over manu because nipa or now so policy bia. He doesn't the only thing I can say or yeah WhatsApp TikTok one for people to see the build toilet one then in same na fe one near my one in this year for Ukada Galamsey Utra free SHS we try ID card. These are 4 things that the last election that Ujina so far for my yet already high in the polls now. If you conduct opinion polls now, John Mahama will ride very high. Na yet honey deny ni ye seno ni say ni ye dienye na adia ye biara. Mike, are you happy? We are happy.
Menya happy mom. Nyamianim no kra.
And these people should be fair with us. We are so far power to elect one person. Ekufuado. Omo makani yen elect obi yen elect obi somehow. Yen elect Ekufuado we ya no man ho kwan men kofo hijack ye. And I say koye National Cathedral na dan ye so asem ye kwa kope bibia defend ya kopa asma kan fa ho. E kire say koye we na dan ye so asem ye sie koye na dan ye so aden. My God, adi bia ye kasi ye biara e dan ye so asem. Enti se ya ne be kona.
Enti na se lawyer. Se ye stand pa ne say se mess ya ekoso yi. Awon kire ekoso o manum no. Wo ankasa so bia wo idea ne say how can we get out from this?
Meaning how we get out of this? Because you require election to try and prune the system. Election become money. Now people that have money and who will do exactly the same win again. People who have become very rich because of us being in power somehow use almost riches to win so that they will to do exactly the same again. Because if we were able to change them, then we'll be able to form a party that will start talking to government. But your delegates in Yina wage 4,000, wage 5,000, exactly the same thing. Your internal election baby, almost by is obvious.
Yeah.
Omoba yes, you ina. They are say break the 8, break the 8, break the 8. To break the 8. Now, woman. Omo betra government who see ya my government ye di omo pay see ya na for MPP ni kwa na ofere na usuru
asem
ti e beto aba ye benya nipa o makoso na koto ma ebiem ti se de egbo twi koto 2016 ye benya biem. Ask yourself, be truthful. No, be truthful.
I
think so for Kwame.
Probably
want to pick na young corny pafufro.
Me question kitty. Lawyer, when you say media may admire, but only say resources in all the some party, and on a major say Fatum Ghana mom instead of party. Now, what can say me now? Me pese me busao say Ghana any Congress and more much government. Na parliament in so muana no. Na party in so etia hudwi. Like say Ghana a future anything. Oh, eti system na ye demo no emwa. And what they say was it your body new constitution.
Is that a question?
Doctor, lawyer, who hope was satisfied, me hope was saying. Now,
what's to be question? It says that's a hook radio. Una comment. Huh?
Okay. That's fine. But that we have to say the truth. The econo and your fact. The economy say you better taking over the party and start taking over government and let government do what we want them to do. Kebebwa. They are say see a sharp president yakotwa yinyum kwa na wo yade nya mishra no yakokasa akire no omusi me yade no kwakoda. That's it's sending us to opposition. And when we lose the election, ade on baba kache and saying Ghana the 8 years BS. That's not true. We messing up. We are messing up. And we need to wake up. How did this happen? Was this allowed? Say, somehow Ujemfunu and a Gabi and a running government. I mean, you say Gabi konifia humachen. What?
Tama Levy no di anababa.
This one nam Nicodemus, one nam kukuma humachen. Why? Nipa yatu abayino yetu say yempeno. See a peno dia. Senka we made him vice president, Anna.
And to visit the information ma John Mahama.
Yeah, that is how I see it. Because the cabinet meet here. I doubt when was the last time they met. But your former government will from every cabinet meeting that time no meet. You really are say for example for can you see yesterday. Sa for long time.
No lawyer me bow. Wouldn't say minya lie be said so bekaya unsa that time no na IGP no ho no appear to okay
so why should we know na government in him
unsa secretary no ai tati akra na me so oye MP ewo north wo baby ni omoma na resign
the trouble nene say tani man nese nkesi
but no unsa etire no resign no a Oko standing for MP. One winning as an NDC parliamentary member of parliament. No ITP secretary no so called cabinet meeting libin. Omufi wa no de or the information in Yama NDC.
Mike, cabinet meeting hono. Nasa IGP in the secretary no more for two and then Mukache for the he let them in. Our intelligence.
I know they all kind of say
our intelligence should have known said these people are a threat and dismiss them from the beginning. But almost for years, for over a year. Now, she say Kufuado or packing in Yama pets who took somehow could get to a black one. He's giving baby over for baby over everything.
Yeah, which is very dangerous.
And it's making our government unpopular every day. It's making our government unpopular. And so the same thing is going on. The same thing. I see Ebeko IMF umpa. Enka, Madu say government should have met cabinet. Say dear Dronayedne. Government should have consulted the party. Dear Dronayedne. What do we do? Say party maybe a bit message be and they are starting to Ghana for 3 months. Fine. You may prepare the people to start expecting session announcement are fine. What did they do? Again, full of the country say about Monko IMF. I didn't see a Kufa say, oh, my director finance minister upon again for advice. Really? Is that what we want? Mike, I think I'm going to leave it here.
All right.
People don't like what I say, but in some Americano say you to a ban we will lose. We will lose. every 8 years we are gonna pause and we are messing up. You say government support a government when you be that. Government come here to abano.
Yeah.
After National Cathedral crown ya kofa a song for no so omudi ye bukata. If ha na Daniel Sem every day we MPP near now will be beat who and defend. Ade.
All right. Lawyer man.
Thank you.
Lawyer Emom Onyam Funu de say also Chisana and papa.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
My coffee.
Lawyer General Eddie from UK and all the brain and Aji. Lawyer Edas Papa. Maminko na minkofa openi apia dankwa. Oh yeah.
Eja de.
Misapia.
Openi bi wo so. Woni kan fa no mame. Openi edu sei.
O say o ya ready. O be ma swat na mapa. Mahun.
Oh, wonyanya ready.
Wonyanya ready to obekasa. O ya ready to obekasa. Obe mame hansa. Enti yentio. Misapia branch. Is that we a branch chairman?
No. Chapter.
Yes. Chapter chairman.
Chapter
MPP
chairman.
Colorado chapter. Chairman, no.
Yeah.
And what journey? Misapia mo akwa ba nyume.
Mejo so menua na mechia panelists also ne etiefo general UK lawyer I there from lawyer me dem from general na me kai pa general
General
your friend is saying me I'm say me ba NPP mu me ba me ni maba start radio Amenado so obekaya
yeah
I check kakra fine pa
before 2016 MZB 2014
no right after 2012 election you lose you
yeah and then American be 2013
that's right
2013 was
that's right and I started protest and kakra za na dey no mo na dey dru ha I believe in the conservative principle me kai maybe a national conservative meeting was South Korea say Kobe Japan and now to kora ekobi and I believe say every country be on the citizens no I was so mama oban no ho do e hye wo makoma so more na omodwene oman no ho more e chen sabe wo mo ankasa wo mo hu
asem na no aka
mitie ayu ojoro na wo bono aliens na be start program no am say
apaye kusibuafo
yes mitie no neza na okan ne bebre no menene na ya adwene pa ebirim zo be kan bi be kire se omozo be kire o ma adwene fine me question ba kono na me pese me bisa de ye kan nyina se no kure se oman no niema adu ba bi me ne Ghana me call Ghana so de me hu ye ne de ye ka se no difference kakra wo but the question is say enye MPP na wo abamu say and then COVID yi ba ye and crisis we nyina e koso a ade nga masama be bisa nse nga Ghana ye begina he emre bi me be kan no o fidi yeso say bra MPP ba ban ni mu e ka na NDC aban agyato wo mo ho na ombe fa ni nyina so omo betua no na Ghana ahunka pa odi ase omo tua sa aka ni nyina na omo etua nurses allowance training allowance aye we nyina na COVID ba ya omo manage ya na oman no se na kusibuafo eken se de be ya nipa nkwa ho behia ne ade America hasade ne o ka no ya mabido mo 1000 2004 so kai sa ebidum kura ne mo 250 akora bia 250 300 wo nkwala ana adam eboa
oh yeah
okay but adia ba ko Ghana me wo problem a me nyi ni say ye MPP nko na betumi a solve e wo say all citizens ye di ye ho jim ne ye say ye betumi a amana ye say adenti emre bi ye wo program bi so me ne ofusu hene ye be pon no ye be kan ma ko bi bu be fui say adenti ye kasa asem no say property tax okay say that day no
yeah
Okay, pa.
I'm there of a Kwame. Of a Kwame, or what?
Oh, are you your cause of question? No, almost say sentences. No.
Aye.
Okay.
I know against it.
Oh, that mindset na way in Tirimu say. I said, I was see a kwaji sika free obi wani yede abechechire ye man.
Yeah.
The bia me can me say ade city of Aurora. Aurora into diamond, manganese, bauxite, bibia wo ha.
Yeah.
Timber cry ntwe bi okrom ha. Me bo ana. And so city no manage itself. So enti nyame obo broni no. E say nyame no wan the bo bibini. Na adenti na bibini dia yenye ya dwene say because the chroma say kura no. Wouldn't say chroma say before chroma say those one person bet you attacks. Wouldn't say.
I'm say the other DNA.
So I just say ya do say bibia yenye free. But embenefo bu bezu kwanche ade feri sika na eye. Na kusibo afokasa okase birum to toka ukohweka manfo to fine. Obi betumi to car kese a manento. Obi betumi si mansion kese a Ghana maninsi. But let that person who pay property tax ya. Say aya o man ni nyina abeji atum na say sika no enko national abetra community ho. No mo de enke bibi say community roads, fire station, community schools. Say sika na betuma say na mani nyina minim ni entra Ghana. Sa die we still ayanyitum. Okay. Back to this issue. Sisi a omanimu ayede yesi yakọ IMF. And the Adam, me be question say all the ministers no on because what allowances, any fuel allowances, any housing allowances, any all those allowances on because what
I know there say it is a bisa or more.
Okay. Now me problem is say Mahama time and at the moment here the no teacher allowance to ya. Oja national allowance to you fine. Yemfa say senior secondary school so they could see for kind and it is very important educating the next generation.
Okay.
But all the parties and the stakeholders in there and come together say at the end of Ghana cry yeah a leaky sika bebre na yehwe ne mo ho ban na MS came to me
sika na me say dodo na no enyunugo Mr. Apia enyunugo binomboto
say na make no sika de enyunugo do so ade say me nsura metime ka say Ghana sika enyunugo ekọ individual ha no wo de ase say ye to be bo ho ban na emu 16 kraba ban ni mu a ebebo ayem pa ansana mamemfa we nya example say ekroma say you be a fan code enforcer emre bi obi de to platform no so say Canada na obi apake the car e woni see anim you command take it okay is our story no
yeah
see anim oba o pake nsensan no so okay pa good Ghana for na nkasa ayima bi wo nkran regional minister no Dankote okay pa
regional minister
so
former regional minister
yeah current everyone no current regional minister omo mu tu nipa free abobroshi no
okay mahuni ya okay
so okay sa man no
ono na minister yeah
udim say mambo is against the oil no udim say
ebinum so support
no me say udim say nipa bi wa Ghana
oh yeah any say
so the man ne yama
ya be bia no nya 100%
yama ko yie no ebi say ade oil no no and so say genye nipa ba kokora ma ne gensi no but nipa gensi no do so pa udim say
yeah
edi dia na Ghana ye pe okay me asama mpesa me kentia no say yehwe yie na yamfa situation ye komu say nti ankoto aba no anyi MPP policies o mo dia to ho no na daache ebetumi ama o man afa ntoma pafira no bo say de menua general bekasa yi no ye betumi akasa kire ye ho na ya hwese ye betumi aputu ne ma bi in a good way ewo ye MPP fo no mu ane MPP abai no mu na enu twemu a se Ghana to aba no ma NDC a ye nyina yenyitum se o man no ya sei no the ano de besie bia no ne yagye atum ano de akini bia nim se yagye tum saa de a ene ye fine se enu twemu a mkasa bebre na because as me one me tie at the same time doing other things and the bet we can say Ghana a mistake na ye koto aba we 2024 that's a MPP at the Ghana call IMF and unti ye to aba na tia MPP aban Ghana fo nyina nyintum say senia ajade mumu bebre no na mo officer Trump wo so no na Trump nye oye racist o de me say won ka ho but nipa bebre o de won ka ho Trump ye racist and so near top petro $1.80 and then answer me kofele me car there bitua $86 and am fere no $38
on kwa fa me de 85 answer na am
okay the drama me can we no say
yeah
Trump buy no though yeah before no na bebre na wonye o ka sa sama antama ye kan nyina Trump aka hon zam dada say
me sure say Trump will na nke petrol na better than less was a business minded
that's it or see quiet Chinese former sa COVID no spread here no the whole world need to come together to hold Chinese accountable
I know them no ya o kan say me no ya adwen pa
o sister osaba biemu a that will be one of his priorities to hold Chinese accountable because Oma cause financial loss any life to a lot of countries and Ghana ye can home be. Anya Mr. John COVID in the kuno. Nipa bebre ay COVID in the kuno mo Ghana. Ay the jaba. Ay no. Ni no wo UK.
Lawyer no.
Omo nyina COVID the kuno mo. O ti ase. Nipa COVID the kuno mo Ghana no. Bebre Trump can say. Enti enema ekoso nyina no. And then as I know many obi can say adwene bi na adwene mo de yade no say they want to create more poverty. Na afei nipa abe depend on the government. Enye Ghana nko and that is what is happening. And then nanu obi a okoje mortgage a na wanye no fixed mortgage.
Yeah.
How much sisi aboso me obetua?
Almost that atum. Tutum.
Yes. I didn't know say banasa.
Yeah.
For 40 years.
Maybe they are too.
About almost 40 years. And the near question in Yano. My mom here in Ghana. Yeni one America. Mom here in America. The air course because your friend baby domino effect. And then I spread it. And then maybe some make us because I hear Ghana radio. The Americans say Ghana for no. That's why except you can't say trombone. Me appear and go mechanic pain says a trombone also. And most of these problems, on Ganya DBC, Kuala Campus, they have a solution.
And it's all Omurema and acquire no Mudebai.
And look at how Russia have bombarded Ukraine. Look at how Ukraine for a took one knee, which a cat storage. They can't even ship it. They back a room, walk a room. Almost I saw Kobo from the moon to be going to Dobi. And the Ghana could still move as a kind. Yeah, has a mizan can be already so. Say, sir, are you planting for food? Any backyard garden? A month from first year, I'm telling you, second of one, yes, I didn't any many. No man first year, you do your bronya, do tomatoes near your backyard, and the small garden. No man, sir, in Domina, are you almost the no mood, Ghana will be in a bad situation very soon.
All right, Miss Apia. Yana first, Mamma, Dr. Du says we're ready.
Why are you ready, Maninkasa? Dr. Du said, me step it down right away. Makonta Pano.
All right. Way, Miss Apia Dankwa, and your ten and Kay. Na Mumia Moshi, Nianko Ghana. Na Yane, one of the Abai Mu and Panyum 4, Enkodin Komo. Lawyer Alexander Adusei Jr. Or sounds to see a doctor account. Dog, Memoir Cover Numeri.
Major so Michael, anyway, Tifuna.
And by Joe, what to say?
Mehoye.
Yakasa,
Medincha Cassia, any free Ghana. Primpring na Nititru Antois, and I'm a day chairmunina.
Hey,
no krese me no mukasa ya che
yeah na antwa
abo dubaako nti me mpese magye mu bre ni bibiri mo de mu o machinti no bre no do na wo monimi ya me ba so no mante odu na obo fa me nua aboafo odu a wo se me
before na ya be che program na se no em ze nura okọ Kesby ema omoko bisa no efa IMF ye be ko no emu ensem kakra
ayo nemu mete mini adwuma o kasa free London no ne kasa e kakra bi ho ba bi na me fade free
yo
na em say o question o test me no ka chem ne say IMF aye kro no kana ba ye kro no ne nka ho bibi kakra mfa ho
e ba ton
mini adwuma asem o kan ye no ho ye pa be ye sure say bi abo afo so di bi o be kasa bia o ka asem no ne mpo so me muda ho di kan men kasa ma aban ntimi enka de wa aban adwene mu
yeah
ni mo bidi ho adanse enkomo aye didi wo ya nkasa ye ho say MPP fo ana aban adwuma ye fo aye bitime di ho adanse se kwaya aban fa so no say you say you so what political side of what we are facing I mean you man frase say your communication ye packaging the president assembly ye asem asma obi a ofren ho MPP ni bia na so di MPP achibi ani se ni wonfie nsia ai wo se yitimi ma omani mu nipa hu nkure wo mu nyina na ya twenya ma de no nyina du mfie nsia ndi na wo ka ho asem a na akoye se wo kasa dodo ye de abana ma fix it. That is a common statement you get. Fix it. You can't complain anymore. Now, Marima, typical example. So, kasa fiji so makapen. Say ye ba muno. We fail to manage expectations of Ghanaians. The goodwill that Ghanaians gave to MPP Aban, the goodwill that Ghana amakifo de ma na nekufo ado na Dr. Bawumia any MPP amanyoku no ye ba ya manage ni. What does it mean? What it means is people had higher expectations.
Yeah.
Yes, we all accepted say it was create, loot and share. We also all believed sincerely and we still believe say it is kaso and a come dey. Now so ye ba ye no senior na amanyoku anet wa ba mu no ma ye ni o ma kosie no ye ba ye frase no na se yetimi kam no ko se e ka ye die nie amane aye wo mu nie sika ye nya nie amamufo mo aye ye ntimi fixe ya anya no ye ne communicators na no ya me ni anya din anfa sade na nto de se o konfie mi nu fie me sa thinking say o nyoma ade toto akwam ni betimi aye na hu ntimi nya and no because I said no be and what matie and no any your problem back you dikayo nti enam say yen frat ya modawu ni yentimi anka amani aya ye to ye ene ye no and MPP ye aduma pa na so NDC is still enjoying. What does that mean? It means to say a car wo jato wo no ye twa sa aka no
yeah
and you hear your budget ni ade a the interest payments we are making even exceeding the income we are bringing in because what jibosia to wa ye na se tua ho ka
yeah and one tia so we
say bebe so ayaje no yeah what people are not telling propaganda reasons they are not telling us say I can we negotiate bebe hwa me radio ye Dr. Bawumia na team ye hwa other loans ani ajeje negotiations are here to reduce the interest payments and even reduce the principal payments that we are making so we can have room for money to do other programs. Now, many appear than Kwama Contact Casano can be said Ghana for you free to do. If America you say America Bruni Becato said there's no free lunch.
No correct.
Somebody is paying for that free money. And that somebody is underpinned in our taxes we pay when we buy things, in our property taxes, in our income taxes, and all those things. And this will be more. A friend say, Salvation, I mean, not going to be more free coffee and not free a year. Somebody's taxes is paying for that because all those people are getting money from the federal government and it's coming from your taxes. So there's nothing called free. But yeah, Ghana, your balance and say, Bibia ya buy. A buy is not a kufuado. And in a man of war. A buy is ye. This a buy case, and then we got to let you make your electric bill a mammo, and then we got to let you make your mammo, and then we make your and good ya. So I buy a ye, and I buy it yes, and this is ye be free. And we are not willing to see be try ye quota ketuano, I'm a buyer manage, and I said, Namaya, they are near high. Now, there's no secret. There's a mama breast work kind. When a man will for the finance, if we can say the tax net is up, we have to expand it. And if we find a man before buy almost kind of the same thing. The tax net is very small. So we find ways to open the tax net. So Kaya President Kufuor the VAT ban ya kohunto kapa. Opposition so bumpe.
Yeah.
Yes, so your tax net na ye be has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And where it is starting from is where the digitization and our mandate to put everything electronic came in. He said, Obia Wabenu, and that's all men now person will count to appropriate numbers are what is our identification of any tax idea? Yes, so just get issue more we have to IDs are issue. The mere fact that who could ID no, you identify specifically to an address, digital address. Which we identify, those are bases to move forward. Effective July 1st, international identification card, which you been transacting with bank. But when you pay the project card, and so can you be a CID come and give you. Ghana for the promote war, and your person and Sabakai in Africa. Ushini Pana, if you are not pay a bed by a 2 tax from 1 year. Yeah, after a burning. Everyone who is yes, 130% Jacob Wabai. Ura, the city idea on the Sabunkum Nage. What do you mean, Casawo Fango? It was paycheck penalty. Not only are we deducting a third of your salary as taxes, government is taking a third of what is left to shore up government's revenues to support the country. What about the other Ghanaians who want all the best of the best in the country? How much are they paying into it? That is a concern we need to put in place. So when we are I'm going to say, and Sunday you call, we said that then you call last cabinet meeting. You call last cabinet meeting this past Thursday. Until after Thursday, no, shall communicate about it. But prior to going to cabinet, many of my are going to say, if you are not obeying the agenda, or they are associated among the fourth estate to tarnish our government. There was some politics, a dirty game. So we got the MPP now offer opportunity to tarnish Amenado, then the vice president to get advantage to run for presidency. They will reveal information. They will give us information. But I do not want us to bring our minds to yes, I don't know you them. And yes, President John Mahama, former President John Mahama was saying, Ghanaians, we have limited memory and change the refusal. Say a chance and you refuse and President Mahama crack a sanka, then leave you because we because if you mean name we are a new career, my co-store say ye, my baba for you must say ye, my hairdresser say you must say ye, my tailor for you must say ye, my beer one that is you must say ye. And then about the saying, ye can alternative to MPP as NDC.
All right, lawyer, me pata otimenka.
Me tonka.
Me pa mami misa question ba ko bi wa hase na. Atie for safe na se bia wo de wa fidie. What do you have to hear? A Dr. Lawyer Yao Aduse and Caneno Nanka, Ohio Columbus, and Anna Oya Lawyer Cassia Pa, and Nadia, oh, my Ganamu, and the Nano, a church. Lawyer, I'm unfortunate, say, I am a Fonodi, a Kazanki young copita, if he said, near Yahunti. Any conditionalities na a war and ya dear says eno no mo pese mo hunu se enti se no yi Levy no amwa yen eno nti alternative no ani IMF no ana
yo mama mo no kwasem se ansana so betimi yi adi mama mo no one differences no which it cannot be a justification but there should be a difference so that you can appreciate what is happening. Yan kani omanpeni mama ni ko IMF. Who so ya we nam na kanumbe.
It said the nam no. Said the nam no ya nwima ne ka dompe.
Baby. Nemu who try mani kanumpa san wako.
Okay. So that's the difference.
You defaulting wo any of our payments.
Okay.
Problem I will say and say a can many no although you default to yen. Now your income soon to me increase exponentially for us to do other things. I buy like the one who said, "Oh, person my mark, him." It is better to build investor confidence. To build investor confidence, man, investor you will say, so the Bisika Kuraga, Kurana, Segana, buy and receive tax money. When you receive revenue to pay, IMF for Hobby.
I see.
It is a whole IMF. And yes, Mama Brero was a mini capital what my name. Yet, we are doing everything we can to sustain ourselves. But for when you begin to was only a year, they are refusing to come because of who say a car idea. To make a program, I have to table so. No one can make it. She and finding inclination some more will say, you just can't hear more. You make me appear. That is the difference.
I see.
We are being trolled on social media, and you're normal because some of the things, in as much as it was practical explanation we're giving, we also became political in our statements. Now, say you. Miniam Michael, Obejin for Nensanage. Obejin for Nensanage. Because the good for remember by and train Magana, Yen, na Kubuino, and Tiatisha and Sana, Bakopemwa. And you train Muka. Until the Biaso Biasi or the Yedicayan Dry. Umumka, don't want to meet your Muka. You do not meet your Muka. Uquire a time, lecturer will say, if hospitals 111 now 2 pesos you the show me income never no if you are not to 1 meet me 50 the won't cost 50 if you are crying out person here you do no me bring you do na person here no music can be my room e no dey na agu for na buy me no catch na wa won ka say MP before buy no mo bo share o mo ntimi emi so funi be dey dey ko ga afi we labor union and na wo ba na say to market you 60% na na wo kwa IMF na IMF say we make you 5% can you believe a ko You can't. So it is better to go and assure your private sector industries investing in your country that you have sound policies going. Now, I am so far. Mr. Oko, I want to what was it? You are Mama and call for you go with a program, you go with a plan. Yes, a cabinet finance minister quite say we engage IMF. We have not been told about the program. Go find out buying any core IMF. It's a year car, 3 car, I am being moving. Now, no, the catcher will say, now, this will be the shame. Come say, Yamias will go to food. Or call your man in to a contract every category. My comedy woman, you soon talk to him. No moons, I won't answer. I do different you refuse and say, what your man will be. Into a few good car, one brow, what's now? Viasia Viano Precope mini you and a cottonassi. No, Dria, no, never use your goose or Precope in your cottonassi. Or Tiasia, Viani, Uye, and then we are starting session. Then you come in and watch it. I feel like a winner measurable. Let me refuse a cool to what him. It was I say, and this is first step by one more any year now 1 year of a buying at the end. What your man will be also with your man. That's a compromise one. Every before one combat 100 people, and this is for combat.
Bedu Bia.
Ye Jessicano, ye chance you Yeah, can Kanyano. The level for my car say, every from one energy. Tilly. And the Yankasa as MPP for no. You can Yankasa no, and say, election 1 year. We have 2 years to get our goodwill back.
All right.
It is really joining NDC propaganda. And from so no 2 ways about that. And from so they do it. Now you also see you joining propaganda and NDC for you to go on thing one. What will happen is that you go have a who said but also say to about that won't go. And what can you? The Japanese was say you're a footballer. Was say I do not give up until the fat lady sing. And if you have some fat lady no what to no
Debbie.
Now the other let's come home as MPP members. Let's fix the problems we have in our party. Let's resolve within ourselves what needs to be resolved. Now you fire Yamodina and support to Yabai. I hear party by. You just say be or this is your movie. I don't know why a man want people before go money. Near today, swing voters now move on to 1 million money yet in the year for 2024. Is it going to be challenging for us in 2024? You bet. Have we made mistakes that we have to be upfront with it? Yes. Did we fail to manage expectations when we came? Yes. Is it too late to be candid with Ghanaians? Yes. But going into government is not meant for individual pockets. You say, put your is it meant for MPP government to be going around putting money in people's pocket like NDC did, which has brought us into this position? The answer is no. Our government's role is to create enabling environment for citizens of the country to prosper in any project they pursue. MPP are buying NDC are buying a creative ghost payroller. You just don't go for Butu. Yet they say we create enabling environment. You're not any member of being able to but so started you are beating on a capital money as started you will try fair taxes. You see, we are quite much that anybody. Now, see that anybody, our rich neighborhood, also create tax proportionally to where you live. Now, me repairing me, put any property tax. Now, one charge you be a maybe I will take down Suma and will be our tea is the one and I airport hills they see. The Tiabu changes I you know. When you say your rich neighborhood, $100 million homes or one tax is different from poor neighborhood where you see Kesusa. Another one. And I'm not saying, I tell you, Sarah Gana say, it's a neighborhood. Now, we say neighborhood, no, if you have to run music shop, yeah, who rental tax, and now we property tax. It has to be proportional to the living standard of the neighborhood. It's also now we used to go. Yes, it's the go there. You say you can see you, you can throw. We soon be able to have 2,000. You must soon me.
All right. Lawyer, minim say umre nunti. As they say, Ghana. I'm say about 12 a.m. And Amenado. Me who me to nsafra wa journey. I want a quick question. Petrol buono so. Among for be say Niamuton Cote d'Ivoire. And then Niamuton Togo nomne neighboring countries no. Nippon will form Saint Ghana. Ebane say.
Remember, put yen opposition parties in propaganda on Moya. Almost one can say, I dey Ghana and Guana COVID and Ukraine war by affecting so in Amatian.
Yate.
And then press a young one affect you. But can you say the countries that are now crying are the Anglophone countries? The Francophone countries are being shored up by France. Because the Francophone countries, they don't have their reserves sitting in their countries. Their reserve sits in France.
Okay.
From time I emancipated women from colonialism, almost national banks in our France. So when things of this size come, they are shored up by the French National Bank. So they are all going through difficulties. But because France is supporting them, they seem not to be making so much noise like the Anglophones are. We are on our own. We go and do everything. Britain does not support us that much. It is a currency, you know, it's not appreciating well. We are going to have those challenges. I cannot speak for where they are getting their oil from. You see, oil through Russia. If they are getting oil through France from Russia, who will know? Or from Iran to France to them, we don't know. Or from any of the Francophone countries to them, we don't know. But let's concentrate ourselves into Ghana and our currency. Ghanaians are suffering. The government has reduced some of its levies on petroleum. Yes, it has shot up. But we need to find a better way of resolving this issue. You oil will you to swap power 7 year mic. See a refining oil will you kuma. Kasanko mo will be. Kasanko mo yini. As oil like you too. You recover in your refining. Yasako Podiaba. It is small currency now yet in your TV, and only yes, I need a quacoto oil, fuel as Adiaba. So the paradigm shift will be we need to start looking at creating our own refineries so that we can keep the money here. It's better to keep the money in the country than planning for food and jobs and buy. Ya do aduane aba obi aka se kom Ghana no ko aduane boy dey no ko. Ba aduane ni bu ye no. Ye Ghana for sika penti ye ko ton ma neighboring countries. And aduane no ko ebo no kosoro no. Ye sa ko neighboring countries the foreign countries sa ko to the ba beton ma Ghana for. Why do we do this to ourselves?
All right. Lawyer, but that's name say open you back who question the mouth. And see, send you be bisa no quick na when you kwan see okay. Open you Kwame. Open you Kwame. Okay.
I just so open you Kwame ne ho a. Na ayi makonta aka se bi me metumi bisa no quick.
Okay. Ene ekoso.
Yeah. Akonta now what can be about property taxes no me maka ho asem bebre is Ghana on the path along the way so one day people will be paying property taxes better property tax as can be to be the aye adwuma near the develop locality no say the America here no Ghana adwuma be bizarre.
Yes, and that's the reason why we are identifying properties. That's why we are numbering properties. But honorable Kennedy was it some Ghanaians are born naturally bad and evil? Could you believe say a bicycle was saying one year registration for full travel and in your man before Diano Slebeya or Tinebu Miri that they are going to put it directly. Obi so you might and also to Akonanya.
But who's that video?
Say Namia why no one fat in Kayabia, my young woman as a Subaya. Bibia, you catch me. If you say Brunin Yasa saying, Brunin Yasa saying, the digitization driver, a large Baumian and paying for the Apagan and Moya Cosono, and the Momo tax is Yipia. What Momo tax say? Momo tax. How's Momo tax? What Momo tax? I don't get about Wamia. Na minimum young me against it can I I don't want to see Bumai. I don't yet say a bite to be trained in this kind of area. We will be any answer. No, so when you will be abiding and asking it won't be as well. I don't get a person. Upia, no tree be out with our bike says, can out here. Bubun Kunta, naturally in the audio, and I'm about to now you're buying an idea. Watch the one. Now, cry as I was and the hope will be the jam will use. Because you have to look at opportunity cost. If you jam Juma, I could generate VIP. And it's a car for money, I could deal in one for two book. And we have a friend who is a VIP. Or who could dry a throw. Now, I was walking down with deal in one for day. What's now for dinner, they could be the babu team for this kind of matter.
And almost obi na obi jeje or that name of Kumasi the Cobron or that. Now all the information commonly para no aye mobile money akwa komano mobile money buy ndo na dwene say okuyi sika na na akwa koto ni ma no koya na akrofo ko gini sika no o kuma so nti ayeka
zero ntina mobile money no is better sika ye je o take 1.5% ni sika bi a ha dwene bi a convenience is important And the same for some who has acquired will be a registered number as merchant account because merchant account they will pay tax. If you see merchant for supposed to be because merchant who is can be what is on pass.
Okay, just like the black man is born black for real.
Oh, of course. On person between. And to say, motive be here. Some of you was a movie. Some yes, say, I buy no hand or how be a job. I say, I was a tax. The tickets were what the porter is a port for this card. There be a diary near this card. A diary near this card or this card were quite by hope and could be able to. And one year, quite a million, and one meeting the Casa internet so. Mama tea and come and only a year and 1 year say like to say a year creative Tigo network and a year for other distance learning a buy COVID buy you and 1 year start classes money color and move you no a buy new year a year and now better your passport online or register that records now for your appointment one fingerprint or one from the one for you now.
And I'm a cancer. Ghana for a mistake now. Almost did the amount of the domo energy to about the TMPP. You know,
we have 2 years for elections. Let's talk about now. What do we need to do to bring this government into shape for Ghanaians' benefit? Say, IMF in Yabako, not Ghana for being able to, Yamabuni, Yamaba, Wabinia, Dumaye, now abiding any Swahili when ya hospitals are supposed to see the kind of person with Trimu, Numa, factories are who are using to Abaswa. So be it. I'll support IMF.
Amen.
Yeah, that's it. Offer Kwame, why ready?
My radio.
Yo, any born in Temena.
Michael, Obia Kasa Kwame will be Sassam, the Yanko.
1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, Peck, is it? 1 minute.
Opening, Bechiao. Now, MSA Kabibi say Ghana, we don't have right for free service. But we refer say, Odumakuma, or my resources so it to me generating revenue. That's our resources, no. And I was saying, Kayania develop no, but yet come as raw materials. Now, a generating revenue, ama abino. Now, Sasika abino yano, that's what the B service Ghana for. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Hwese Gaddafi with just oil no na ni krom phone to taxes inti past day this ramara munye discipline in our finances na yehwe na se de musi ye no ye tua taxa ye hu tax no baby efa na ebede na encourage Ghanaian mo tua tax
abere mi da se as my work in I am a question. I mean, sure, some of the America for timber, America for wood, America for oil, America for no be. As one country, America, friend, tax and piano, won't you is only your name. So, and when I am a cafe, ye, so if you are here, I can't which they do. Yes, you can America buying, we're creating welfare systems. Welfare systems, you know. And yes, I have a Sikano, I didn't want any welfare systems. And it's a Ghana buying to create welfare systems. Most of the tax. One is says Sikano, I walk in every other town, and can say, then also just because Ghana buying a young woman say natural resources, Yamayeno, whatever to create a welfare system for those underprivileged people. Don't just say, we are going to need person to attack. Pay your fair share. And encourage the government. That mistake I had, and you have to abolition of I. You have to retire a year independent. And that's what I say. Let's create industries and put value to our natural resources so we all can benefit. And that's exactly what we are doing. BNEC is working their hearts out to put value on bauxite. We are putting value on most of our things we are doing. Cocoa, we put value on it. On the Ivory Coast, Carbon, I'm making sure say we can determine the prices for our cocoa. We are setting factories to add value to our shea butter, to add value to our maize, to add value to most of the things we do in this country. And I think that we need the support of you in diaspora to help the government this vision. Now, what tomatoes to say, boom one. Now, question more about America, natural resources in our way. And America they go through difficulty in fuel because when they wanted to dig their own oil, no, Abaya was buy was one penny.
Lawyer, on
America. Oil yeah, and they say oil.
Lawyer, out of France, and yeah, America, not out of France.
Oh, and then you was some. That's all ready.
All right.
You know, silent.
Lawyer,
yo, almost about 60%.
Maybe my Tomomian running show.
France.
Yeah. Lawyer do say where they hear me about the voice note about from UK. Mami Mona Yina no mami wadam. Hear me about your friend. Achi professor. NT.
Abani introduce. But the Friend of Physical Responsibility Act 2018. Now, you have COVID in your left year, August 2019. You call IMF. When say it's not the best, but that's where we find ourselves in now. Now, when you sure say the same thing now, you did by Fiscal Responsibility Act, and when you call IMF, Omobesha, then when say the homegrown policy is over. But do you think, say, it's time for Ghana government to consider diaspora bond than going to borrow from the Euro and the Chinese, especially whereby a diaspora remittance it might hit 4 billion plus? Do we have to start looking within what we can generate within from Ghanaians inside and Ghanaians abroad?
All right, Lawyer, and question, no.
Many the past responsibility. A few of you are moving Juventunia, and I'm in branch up Chowman, so Mrs. Obaya from Pong, and in an idea of what my breast so ya prim, so I will sabri Quaza, and in a kind of young person say we need to be able to change some dynamics in our constitutional provisions, where the aspirants could be allowed to well integrate into our system. Now, that bonds on the idea, Finance Minister Kahonsa, the name so much to move it forward. And I mean, GDA pass say a baby as a buying not the Kosheso, not say or packaging here, a bit me up Ghana very well in future. The concern with a lot of diasporans say, I am investing my money in this country. I believe in my country to inject my retirement funds, my livelihood into your bonds. But you are telling me as a Ghanaian, say, me ba me kuro mukwana me bepe DCE and I say, me bepe BBA, what's it about the American way me free. Until you say, the exclusionary rules are where constitution one. The parliamentarians are voting. And the Ashimwa is the one I hope and enjoy my own music commission. Ye left my young. Never Ghana for ma, the Tiabu didn't crash and say, so whatever is secret to her, and you do purpose will be a Zika also may not say also the time Yamani, other can't say, for Zika immediately. Because in America, and say Washington for say almost a taxation without representation is injustice. Into almost plate in your also taxation without representation. Who pay diaspora bond, but they cannot be represented in Asia. How are diasporas represented in our parliament to ensure that their interest is catered for? In other countries, in some francophone countries, they have seats in parliament dedicated for diasporans. In our Ghanaian terms, we are not saying dedicate seats for diasporans. We are saying allow diasporans to equally come into the country and compete with homegrown politicians for seats in their constituencies so they can bring ideas, knowledge base they have acquired outside. And there are things that diaspora bonds would have helped the country and will help the country if it's allowed. And the act we put in place with regards to financial responsibility, yes, and one IMF issue, but you have a situation where our parliament is equally divided, and opposition is bent on making the incumbent government unpopular. So they are doing everything within their power to make us unpopular by blocking policies or blocking decisions that will help all Ghanaians. and we are praying, say, maybe going to IMF, those things will tone down, and now it will not be MPP government, but it will be an IMF dictates, which will be beneficial to all Ghanaians, not MPP or NDC. When we get to 2024, what we need to explain to Ghanaians to get votes going is a different matter. Right now, the survival of the country is what is at stake, and I think we should all wrap around the government to get it done. We are ready to be here.
Yo, you better ask Papa, lawyer Yao, I do say, and you're telling me, lawyer M. Zambrano call Ghana, engineered with the Bema Quena, Accra.
Anyway, team for any panelist, and who be saying I'm very so now the baby actually. Now, yet, just where they are in California, so am I and who me, and in Quebec, we move. And if you have a call, Yama Kai, and Ando, and in a mamma for, till we have a show one day. And would be as if man proposes, God disposes. Yamemo, Munyan, San, Nidia, now Munti Fashion, Panto Quem, Celebea, Ghana for, before Muntuma Pefra. Now, Obra, that one breath in PSA, and Yakwa. Madame Wasi, Yaman come on, my bye.
Yachian to our phone now.
And to our phone in
all right, liar. Yeah, that's Papa. Good night. All right, so friend, I thought we were video to Amenado radio soon. Fire for fire. Say, Yemrano, Yaguswa, Yenianum Yenua, Omunyam Mekasaya, and Yenia Bakwa Johnny, Edward Anane, and say, no so free, be na, or buy a bear, a fear muna. Nyamia do wabedru Colorado. Na sana mekwana sono. Mamene Kizito nkobon komo. Bia ni yenia ana nenso abon komo. Kizito.
Yeah, Mike.
New York abonten to say.
Nyamia do mo.
Yo.
Na mo so.
Oba dia da roma. Emze nkomo yi what be pa ntino. Ba bia be start e free bia no yenko.
Yo, madase. The lawyer do say so as what church and fine. Yeah. Adeba Kwanka or Yamana Hani said, Kwame, Casano, who said Kwame, America for me and cancer.
On him, Onyante, Kwame, no, Kwame.
Oh, Mike, Mammy Chon, I mean, cheer for now for a phone. Mike, and then when person make us a bit brave because Yebeka, I am a for one I am a for you, so I think whatever to guarantee, and I buy no cry a day back.
Yeah.
A pen was a finance a minister.
Engage
no from 90.
And I found over to Hong Kong.
Yeah, a pen over 200 Now, Mike, one Olympics, supporters are. What catch record coach say, you say play a few more.
Minya movie. I just watch them.
Now then, I don't mamma, no better say, won't you put out our on about me? Eh? Already when you're mobile. Ubia, you do cobble ball in your penalty, went to me and share. Uko tina bontini yenya corner. What's the one about Bokon and I should go? Oh. Yo, Mike, here. And let me do what? As I say, you can't pain.
Okay. You been the same?
I said, baby, I done one fan to her, ne a fita, a bed in Sembaba. Mike. You need communication minister, Ewo Ghana.
Sir, I can't, Yana, Yabwabia someone, lawyer.
Yes. Only a communication director.
No, communication minister, you know,
communication minister only could do upon Kruma, and your communication director, a Yabuabian Samoa, and son your communication director, our presidency.
Asla Usu.
There be Eugene Ahin.
Oh, okay.
Into Mike. Sir Putupru Assembly, Epi. Plaster House, na bab trabonting, either say cabinet issue, one party issue, one party issue, one cabinet issue, one of the sort of the trabonting.
Send another say Eugene, na so the
No, a communication minister.
Samo.
Say government policy. Intercommunication minister necessary the better about it.
Yeah, you're right.
It is a communication minister and farm better. Na Gabi no the better. Gabi no your minister na to a prime minister.
Gabi asala be kana no pass.
Ene de odi bisa.
Master. Ma hwe asem na da ona se yanka daachi ebedi yenya. Se wo nam na wutietie pa. Gabi okasa. Nkofo ye won hi wo Ghana is about 85%. Yeah, yem party ni mu and outsiders. One more to Gabi near. Eye won hi pa ye 85%. Because Gabi near more ye no, ya hwe ni ya or the ebe position.
Oh, I first mean you am about.
Who cast last week
and na ayi kwadwo opon kroma. Na awosanko okọ oba radio emefa apawu with emefa apawu yeah emefa apawu and you may 8 o'clock but I'm say na ya wa say nti no yentumi entie no dem say like you are saying you know yeah one started to engage with the media
and I may say as we started with the engagement with the media no Gabi doesn't come in. Gabi no prime minister now you
anya Gabi adwuma Gabi de nyina
adwuma anya adwuma eno ti na sese yetumi ka kire Gabi say no ye no ha party no won think if last half house nyina obi asro Gabi obi antumi nka da je say yen obi antumi nka ukọ party no obi asro Gabi.
All right, Kizito
yes
we free na say ho Worcester Massachusetts I say communication minister no Osla Ousu and information minister no Kwadwo Oponko.
Okay.
Yeah. Na ahen no so ye dey.
Eugene ahen. Na say wutie me a Eugene ahen so
only a communication director in charge of presidency Eugene ahen.
Okay.
Yeah. So no kai as long as the ono ye communication in terms of to say radio any
yes
obato radio friends say channels no me ade no ono no any a phone cells no me ade ono no a big ministry ono no ho no mo ehora na ye nipa we say PK okay PK ona na ye second deputy minister ho no me say akọ education no so ade okay PK Paul che okay Paul.
Yeah.
You know history now.
Yes. No, yeah, a MPP branch, a communication director, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I know yeah, Juma. I know yeah, I'm a second deputy was a third deputy.
Yeah.
I think second deputy. Yeah. And I say we're free work education side.
Okay.
Oh my.
Eugene, a communication director.
Yang kan no kra wo party no ma. Me say sa asem we obi ani party no headquarters obetumi aka kire Gabi o obi antumi nka
me ni Gabi asem
ko ta ji to ko Gabi ho what plaster house obi antumi nka
no
me say Mike ansem bi si ansa na sa asem we kra ebesi ayi sa arise Ghana for choir any police for koshia obi kita information or de koma ayi presidency woko hu plus ayi opende chief of staff o ti so ko hu Gabi ansa o ka na me say what
wow
na chief of staff no odi ni san
na say
na Gabi
na control chief of staff
there be a problem no me feel say enye Gabi problem no is the president
and your president.
No. Master. Because if the president doesn't allow Gabi to do that, I got there.
Yep.
Because you didn't get me be already so. But what I know is say, president any to Obama said Minya General Kayan. Nobody voted for Gabi. Okay, Gabi your wife or your cousin are fine, but Gabi is now putting himself over. So as will be out to Obama. I have a problem, no one.
ana America say hana problem no wo enti ye take Gabia president no bete ebi ana na ye ke president on to me kan tre Gabi na mom obenya asem bi de aka say Gabi mate o radio so ana say enkrofo bi di petition aba fa ho
onim Nanado nim he knows what people are saying about what Gabi is doing. Yeah, I don't want to say much, but I just say I got the me person me know I did bina obi be pa na chom so we dey ayi o person ko papia dan kwa chewa ma mini okaza first ayi koko ho ade so na me chere na oni ade kasa na ade dim dia me Canada Nanado nim dia and offer say he knows obi an o be kan say Nanado nim o dia say na me dia me so omo ye dia say bi mo obi nim chance our party no
yes
no say mama to make say yenyi ba obi adi for what
ma homa ewurade mama si wonyi ba omi na what the contract 4.5 million
Ostroba obi adi any of the contestants no
contract
4.5 million
odi koji yen 1.2 billion wo ayi wonim nyansa chemba umia enti won ba umia mama na ya mushia na munkasa nkyere no
yo we free Paya Columbus Ohio I say I blame Nana Addo for Gabi's action and inactions enti ono so ne di odiaba Paya
na enwe create chance o enti so obi chiro petition bi kura or the be reference no hu say na ekoso ni cause enema bi ekoso no mai enye party no obi ebufuo hye obi amu ko flash star pass me say ebufuo hye obi amu because of Gabi.
All right,
you be transfer ni baba o de o we na wasande akọ position o so la him na chan wa kọ mama o hwan na so o mama o we lazy officer ema party na na
nwa kura
ale na Gabi ha yenza me de wo betumi ne nakasa wo ne nkasa no jasa na manema na oye no
ya da say Kizito at the New York amaminko Mr. Edward Anane ewo Aurora, Colorado. Mini Edward what me kan
Aurora nya partner bi also ya bana kwama
me josu mini a me bia nwumre
boko de
Awurade adom me ho ya pa na onso ho te say
nyame adom yenso ho ya we de first time ya wa join ya
ai ye di kan ya maba program yesu matie pa na masua de yeso pa nwumre ntime chia bia na watie
obi a joso ayenua edu sunya na ono nso te afena ono nso aba US ha enti minim say wanya bedru de misapia dakro ebeshia no why
oh yeah so what Aurora ha no mo dia mejo number wa de ho mefra o kira nko mefra o nwumre nko
yo
ya pa adwuma so ama no ntino oti adwuma bi nka
no adwuma okay
yeah me chia munyina me chia bia
ya joso opanyi yo Edward am say nkomo aye di efa emre a ye wo mu yi say I am a fear ko anase yenko ene Levy no say akoba ne say Levy no ye yi to nchen anase still no is in force ana nkomo yi sam say what enti wadwen kire ene sen
mini ameda se pa ne adwuma wo bo me chia bia otie radio yi on say Ghana ye how no eson free Gorgesburg mreso near face certain economic challenges na consistently from Kwame Nkrumah Pemswa Bepim Anado so we have not had the political will to change the economic challenges you face many ho mepemre na dakro semre obama memre dia discussion comprehensively but fundamentally how are you facing pa ne say de bia no you run a deficit consistently you run a deficit you run a deficit say who expenditure bigger than who revenue, they be our problem. Be our revenue less than who expenditure. We be a deficit. Ye nipa ya ka say who a feeling in our revenue 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now who expenditure 2,500 Ghana cedis. The actually say who a deficit of 1,500. I say when be so unya says can the balance and yes our problem. What do you call the national level and then yeah how pa. This say okay say who a deficit now I was say who free how no more. 2 ways. Either say be cut it back or expenditure or better so. And I say over my revenue akosoro. And yeah, how the BI aqua we can want 17 times. Yeah, now, but I just say you are fiscally indisciplined. All it means is that what mean and to Tony my ye. Bia udi man bro usika obotom.
Yeah.
Go back. Na ko to Tony my ye. Ndi say abaniza who IMF a nya bebe ka kire wa no ede na your friend conditionalities no.
Yeah.
How you go and cut back on wasteful expenditure? Go and cut back on wasteful expenditure. Do rationalization of all policies, you know. Now, Emma, oh, she was no future move.
Yeah.
Now, one talk, and now revenue, no, ye niao pay ya, ebe more revenue. Say, baby, no, your revenue will exceed your expenditure. No one surplus. Now, what talk? Oh, only be anyhow. President Mahama dear call IMF 2015. Fundamentally, issues here can once and the pushing on money coin. Debt to GDP now also. CD depreciation now also. Inflation now also. Wasteful expenditure. Say to Sikagu. Say corruption no. Say project inflate you. The same thing. Ne ye kind of chirkwa ye power outages ye face ye. Na ne ye President Mahama, President Amenado so the debt to GDP akosoro because e was so okoso twia car no all body say any car President Mahama eboto ho.
Yeah.
Inflation akosoro because globally no inflation already know we produce enough in our country. So you never be important. This inflation is international. Over import inflation about crew. City depreciation. Yeah, import to near we are seeing now. Aduane kura was creating me produce a bit me a country and no cry no. Yeah, import to aduane. And so you are planting for food and jobs. And then Ukraine, Russia for you put in that Roma. Also got to share Ukraine, so then it's our worst situation. So you see, they be a
yeah.
They be a so oh financially win how can create be no amanim?
Yeah.
Are they can create be push open what at all? Because financially no win ye. Nana don't Baumia ba mu policies ni bebrea be boss so agana for Gina so the two abandon. Fantastic. Dear you hobbit me, I catch them as a policy. Akokora no na enya de ebe boy. But by implementation and in the how because of extreme partisanship. Because you will say, ya win enti as soon as any boy me ba mu. Enti no my promise is me ba me se me win ya me man ministerial position ti kwan bia so ese me de ne she ba bi so betima ya adwuma no so ntimi nya me de be hye ho. Temedrisha wo wie so na say all bono ho modin o so bono ho modin o say enko ye so abintimi nka because why me favor bi
asem
na be ye me tio mai
me say asem
that's a fundamental problem you face because na do buy ministers ni be brace and me o mo me abo ministers ni be brace be performance no to me enso me enso no he has not had the courage to change that. Why? Yeah, can say Bakoti, America ha. And so Vivian Kano, you think it's on the ministry and your finance into you, but the signal is send it to Ghanaians and in the papa.
Yeah.
Also, you could take action. Nyaman kitty mistakes. If you know more previous governments, present presidents, make here. Present way and make those mistakes. You mean external factors are a push Ghana IMF and also.
Yeah.
And you know, say, oh, the total president Mahama, you know, but me, I can say, MP before the way, you know, they are really being punched. They are really being punched. But say, but to 2 many policies are very good when they came into office in 2017, but to 2 years. And ka punch na ye face externally no ka MIM fall over and koto IMF for basketball. The enemy can was me digital address system, Ghana card implementation, property tax. Why don't you know your ideas are let one people manifesto. But when they came in, the implementation, the rollout of these policies, you know. Let me say I want to say echo. You see. So why new systems in here?
Yeah.
No systems are ungrateful the people, unforceable. But in Pia tax here, people won't pay.
No correct. That's
true. Say America high way. Okay, Pia taxes. But you see, if you don't pay, the consequences will be damn serious.
Yeah.
So you have no choice but to pay. That sort of system is what we are lacking in our country. How is it possible to be a bank? I say, I feel right now, no cry baby, you might be gonna connect it. Yeah, bank account. People are acquiring properties all over the country, not paying taxes because the system does not detect. You have revenue shortages.
Yeah.
And a nipa the expenditure will never come down. The expenditure will never come down. It will always
keep on going up.
Upward. Yeah. We are all equally responsible. So MPP knew, so MPP knew.
Yeah.
Say Yambeya no ankasa. Ni who say adia wo ye no MY regardless of my affiliation with you. Some your party ni and some your party ni. De bia e be gu hu anim asisi ya. E be kwa MF de bia. E de ya kwa ya aka hope level. Na ye de say ya ba ye nko bia because o san ja me ye kope be say ya be ye ni ye di asan ya ba chiri. Why?
Yo.
Do there me kakra me chia.
Yeah, that's papa. Say ene what me do adwen kire abe support djumadi. Yeah, that's it. You know idea near ten and can or the free Aurora, Colorado. Mamenko na Menkofa Ali. Question be of Aquam, ye numerous say. Madam. But ma omo monkasa and nkasa ni.
What can I say? You will be can answer us will be send a question. Be a question.
All right. Mamenko Professor Lee, Obiana Menko Mr. Frank, our Canada. Ali was Texas, Dallas. Ali, Prof.
Yeah, Mike.
What do you mean?
Mwaka
ba nyumre abusia fo nyina we.
Obi ahoye, mi share tifo ni afrafo nyina.
Yeah, so Ali. Ali yankwai, sam komane de wa wani tua.
Oh, yeah, Mike, me tie bia, any say ni peyimfo nyina time. Once adwin say e be call IMF no. Em say yes ye twen ni hu. I think we are expecting them around, on the 6th of June. On the 6th of July, it's likely they will be, I think they will be coming here also. They will be coming to Ghana. Until training policies, now the outcome, no, but and Sunday to me, I can watch but like I'm paying for it, now, unlike NDC for or Momody on the call IMF. Omudi omu wire nyina koma IMF say omu mom na enhwe so na wonsiesie ma omu.
I see.
Because they took everything of theirs. Omu policies no mbi bia de kwa share IMF nsem say omu mom nye. But with MPP, no, I think we are going to send some policies. And the programs I really quite to when you say, "Ebi almost no more." Na yintimi nhwe so say na be ya bebo economy.
Right.
Because yenye hu ni e wo mu ne de we cannot actually say ebi a way normally call. We all that we know is that they are going there. But they are not going there as how NDC went. NDC went with all their burdens and everything they got through when you said, Yaba, yini, monye, niamudbe, be amufanye. And that was what happened. But with MPP, I think we have, I mean, there are some areas that, well, I stand to be corrected about this other thing. Uncle said, out on the, I think they are not going to just through the whole country to IMF, say, no more money here. Send it NDC for a no. Now, I just heard me no am say na opinion bi ka say friends say Libya oil kaka kra no na microphone into taxes. Libya population say then kra even as at 2020 kra Libya population about 6.8. Ghana population say so back compare say Libya oil now winning to no for entry taxes. Well, you look at their population and then compare with the Ghana population. Now, another thing is I think the IGP as the head of the internal security, constitutionally, it feels say ABA, he is also mandated to attend to briefings at the cabinet and to brief the president on issues that arises. It is an opinion back so you can say maybe they have no business being there. The president can ask them not to come. I don't think I stand to be corrected here too. I think they are mandated to be there. The IGP, for instance, and to give his briefings
right?
and to answer questions.
Oh, okay.
Now, the main answer, just like balance of payment deficit, since from time immemorial, since independence, we have been going through all these crises. And there have been attempts to make sure, say, a bit to be a equilibrium abba a revenue and expenditure, send a bit of correct deficiency. You see a lot of factories, you see a lot of I mean it's our productivity, production, and a bit more, and then we cut down on imports and rather concentrate on exports. Some ye may a bit more, balance of payment deficiency be and a bit more correct. But ask me, Sunday being any factories, a lot of things bank bit said NIB a TS since 1963, say Omona industrialization, send a bear bebwa, ama production, Abuama yetimi export and then to depend on our own products instead of being import oriented. Not Omugusana, Omazif farms. I don't know if so we back kaya when me no share. And I been the sponsor of so you go to Nestle, you go to a lot of big companies not NIB. And then that almost sponsor or yes, but I go to a time because of political maneuvers most of these loans you the mass factories are no muntria. Until the core mandate and the core business of a bank which is NIB and I say ADB. Now my say agri sector, this cabbage shame, and the NIB now say industries near you this car, a bit shame, send a bayer, betting me a boy with our production, near to my export no, not a muscle. Because these people were not paying back the loans. And then it was hurting the banks, especially NIB and ADB. Indeed, the only thing those two banks could also do is say they had to go commercial. Because then your said they will compete with other commercial banks when it comes to banking business. By room raping or more dear now, quite said your moody or musicani in our industries, and they've been also they call farms. It's maybe to say ADB say discover quite shares are big farms here. Now whether near year bana about whether now be or unpredicted unforeseen circumstances be about now independent loans. All of them stopped. Say me entry on workers, so they also have to go commercial because NIB was not into commercial banking. They were in development banking. And the ADB so likewise ADB. So they were all forced to go into commercial banking to survive, to compete for customers. And you say I can see say some big factories in ye send be a bit more boy and be a me I corrected this abnormalities in the economy. How so like factories near in a dear the CCA. Yang Tonga say some bag some factories in any year Daya Cassia baby on my Nina Daniel sorry.
Adan sorry Cassia.
Adan sorry Cassia. O my DJ any Tonga my Busian for or more no money. And it is all now becoming big changes.
Yeah.
So how do we do the production? So we are concentrating too much on exports.
Yeah.
Our imports instead of exporting and let's say to correct this balance of payment deficit. Mommy, Enyana, I will say no a whole year. You try one year, Tina, we saw Basma.
Yo, everybody was saying, over Kwame, I send a message. Over Kwame, what's it say? Over Kwame, I started to write a message. All right. That's say Ali.
Because I'm on some yamen kind dear.
Over Kwame, and you're not being Kasai. And my best 2 minutes.
Yansan ye share wa hanti say will be a Kenya's asemwa. Say
all right, 1 minute, share any uncle.
Make say if he say a good idea, say government no be consult to Mahama because Mahama was call IMF for several times in I'm so experience be. And I feel so.
Also, Mahama for how many times?
I don't even know.
You don't know.
No.
And I feel so. Mr. Lee Kano. The problem why you between a balance a trade deficit now and say we must start with production. Production now for ye processing ye resources no be. Now ye widen your market. Na sabi taxes are mudia gusto na fe friend say where you cry policy be treasury interest rate when mudia mo
Kwame, sorry, stop there. Who percent who corrected some of this balance of payment deficits here and trade deficits here? First, they are very, very important. You cut down your expenditure and you either raise your interest rates or you increase your taxes.
So you raise taxes, there be men cut taxes.
You raise taxes, that is how it works. And then we say to our taxes, even Levy cracker can hear the buyer, Musimunti.
Right, you minute will say, oh, you receive taxes. Oh, now can you say, what percent departure and walk off for now?
And that is one of the remedy. That is what a lot of countries have done to correct their trade deficit.
Increase production.
And then you raise
so many idle hands in the country.
Oh, they were to us.
I don't know you cut taxes once a month, then I come up.
That's what the friends will to taxes.
French one out to know, Obina Disica, citizen of Chichima, or Quaterma to our enjoy no. Who
discipline on tax management?
But ni me bu ha ye dia history ye ho sa mo ye sika na ye waste na eko masa
no
waste ye ntimi me ya no
me ba am say so obeka ya me ba first me decide there say ye ministers no are they still getting all those benefits or moje no and no dey me nimu nyina ya adwene the wasteful ye too much go on animu ma say no dey obi a otie bibia dem say me appear me one of the voice here I'm always against. Sir, every 4 years, MP, near man of S. Gracia, Ade, who at the center of MP beam. What do you say? America say, who congressman, they put into your social security or retirement. Say a 401k, so when you get to the age, then you can withdraw your money. And then you ain't doing yes, I don't know more arguing. But the taxation also, it need to come. At the same time, then we need to watch how we are going to spend the money. I totally agree with that.
Mami Kanjo, before we invest in Uganda, we tax relief. Ndi ya muntu mbwa se why?
Yo, yeah that's it. Mami nko Canada. Na mimi nko fa Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank me pacho timenka. Okay. Uncle Frank is ready. Mami nko London, UK na mimi nko fa Ben Sherman. Ben.
Yeah, Mike, me grade na de men kasa bebre, men kasa me question bi na apia da nkwa ne Lee no ne bi busa me say. So, black man is capable to manage his own country. So if no there,
the answer is no.
If no there, I mean then you mapim ho na. If answer is yes there, and you can by no there, fine. Because that any people who are there where she show mumu pass we can see changes are. Basa niema etitu panzam sana there. There is no justification about IMF. Masa munya sa justification. Ye kwa me for ye kwa me.
Yeah, Samo.
You are capable to manage your
country. If you are married to
Shaman, yes, a Kwame Nkrumah de answer net to us.
Na sa answer na Kwame Nkrumah de to us. Eyewu enipa na ye de power ahye wo nsam. Wo na obe force sa law na nipa na change the mind. And you catch the nipa na nkasa say on one change the mind. On change the mind. Come higher by Masa nye pen ye dey change your mind say ye bibi o ho no. Eye system na gripo. System no agripo because of the woman more power no. A create system no. Into agripo into we change your mind no force. That's the way it is. Yeah, na music women come can so we nya power no. If your people cannot think, you have to think for them. That's the and Kadiantina ye to apase ye ko leader. Because they can't control themselves. Now what control but yet the power nation will somewhere. Obi the power nation will somewhere must say only panas and changing the mind without any system out there. How come that? Masa, that last me by a radio so ever can't be say, yet the comedy didn't maybe it's about time to use the brain. Ninya say the akuma thinking. It's about time to use the brain. Say MPP ban abem nobody just 1 year kura nobody me magana change. Mo forget about the voting for next election or something. Mo beti ma create bibi just 1 year kura na say you mo free so na mo magana change. Better for future generation. Na munya sa truka ne mo na mo here for power. Come on.
Mabasu. Yo, Ben Sherman, yeah, that's a band for UK. And our the best support to Jumedi. Mamenko Canada. Our Edmonton. Niane Uncle Frank in coding como. Mr. Frank, Yamakwaba.
Yeah, Miji Muso.
Bibi Aboko.
Nyamiadum, Bibi Aboko.
Yo, Yentio.
Yo. Where the question kakra ni asem kakra na mpese me de to amanfo anim. Eni say obi a obetimi anya yi no obetimi ansa amaya. Say COVID ya ma ena Ukraine Russia war yin so ama intikanie ma be sa se ka mi fi se ka bi aka enye sa na se ka still ya ne be sa
ajabe ma memoir
aha
se wutie Dr. Lawyer Adusi asem na okan ye no a me pam cho se aja there wo ka ya o se bra MPP ba ye no nanga niema a ombe hu ye no o so go mo dana di kire omanfo o kaza Dr. Duse kaza
oh yeah na mo chire mo magana fo nyina hunu ene omo aba beto
abani mu no na eniema bebiri ho no mo a na asai but aban no bunani guso na de so o katakata so sara me meti ase
yes na meba misapia sadia no nsusu na Dr. Duse kase that was a wrong thing omo ye if you say omo magana fo hunu ne e wo hopot ebia amanfo asese ye chi omo gum no amanfo asese ye chi omo gum no sese omo aye no say I say ye jeja omo no mo ne nam ho wa ba no ya chi na so tie
na ko so na so ba ko mahama fia bodo no tuma kwa chi obi wo no tuma kwa chi obi
wo ya de
o so no ba ko tra mahama fia because
enu na say amani pa de beprebu afuse
high on the side of MPP
yes
say be hold a man for accountable na ye be tire gana for say look o man no say na NDC dey go through here situation e wo mu no we need to tackle it this way then so by happen how many ministers are appointed wo mu okay 100 and something me boy
I'm the 127
2025 as I say
what you say and the problem no many IMF Ukraine war no crowd here obi amfam to nchai Ukraine war no meye obi fam to nchai ba bia na Ukraine war covid no mom ne ba ha adwene covid no crowd ba ye covid ba ye no so mbeka ya Ghana na ye je covid tax e wa dia obeto bia me bo a e kroma ye tua covid tax ana mo se Ghana na ye tua covid tax
ana no so yeah mete ho asen
uto die bia na tua covid tax
enti aba ne se na se dia se ye ho a kire ye ya.
And the issue need Dr. Duse car, no. The problem was huge. Brand MPP by, you know. And I need serious and tackle and the young hold you a month for accountable.
And did you see so a month for be a cocoa baby?
Oh, because of be a bank be a Mahama you go for the cote, I mean a bank.
God is love. God is love when they want.
That's right. Sam go for the second, you understand, or make you a mabino. Wouldn't say?
Aye.
I don't know what you're my
yeah.
Look at bank system. Mensa utabels, Capudioni and the Omina, Ubientiminka. Maza, it's about time say a dear comedy maybe a change me via Cano Casano. Maza, how come that? Near Titan, I am near store sycophants. Maza, it's about time, Mumian Casa. Nagana, even. A but say ye change ye generation ye change Ghana. Not next generation crabby dear umbekaye. Masa.
Oh, okay. I know another person maybe Santa Sana Tiadia. Na Sesian, send any anya carry, Tino, send a barno koye. Oko IMF cranoa. Sese sika nkofo adi a hihye wo moto no afi na wo beji ana wo betimi age so ne wutimi age
asemo ando frank
ya ivi kura no cathedral kura o ka se wo sie no eno kura no amanfo NDC fo ya na kasa ho enso no uhwemu a NDC fo ba power 2009 Abasi can we and when we could see one headquarters. And so no one to say MPP need be a Kahwasem.
Namaza, Sam Crano. Say about Papa big party send people in the bag and can a question mark was a Dano Museum. Say ye, crew Papa be so to say advanced countries and Casa Dan Chrome see one. Question mark crown. Uncle Nipe be a baby film crown, a baby crown, yes, so look. It's about time. Say a pagana idea. Woman Casana Ghana change.
Okay.
Looks like say offensive for 2 trust be no more born or Ghana.
Yo, Intimac, Sasana idea, any young prequel idea, said you. A young call for said ye beya, and someone the idea or more any.
Yeah.
Near ye best should get Munas on beya because. First in a upon chromasi no to me ba radio so be casapa churches no it do me no send what yada and koso intino
na Uncle adia ne say unhunu ni oya information ma MPP anwonwa one communication director
upon kromano
there be na ya boabia samwa no party no oya dey wo
only a party communication director
na party no kra no omo adwuma na aban ye no omo hu dawuro akwa no onkasa
sɛ na nse ya mo bɛka sɛ ɔmo no ma no a wontimi nya adwuma no kra de afi de asɛ kra
na wa hu no nsɛm pii ɔsa yɛ nsɛm pii mɔde aban adwuma dawuro ma ho ana mo hwɛ advert ne
awurade nyankopɔn okay ntino mark bi di besi ya ntino na me question mpɛsɛ bibusa no
yo ya better ask papa we Uncle Frank and the free Edmonton Canada yeah or the every ma lawyer general wa on my 2 minutes now yeah the juma the any baby yeah no and it's lawyer juma me pa chot menka em the lawyer dia hwase ayena
adiasa UK wada
lawyer ni odi ase yen call last round
over kwame 2 minutes yentio 2 minutes
me sabo su biem ne say Ghana no say yakodu crossroad o na ban kai no say even you betumi a change direction na ya start here because so we person to kwanya what it takes in say the first step inti yen take step a betumi a Ghana cope na dey didn't nam no there ya try NDC ni Mahama it didn't work say FPP ani da almost onana and wa feel kujuri inti what is left and one is a change direction you change the direction nature see change system when we change the system yes best have another system the system not there because a ancestral system wa e wo kwa ye kwa Bible no near polishing na afei de wo mo a edi akonwa no nye wo mo ne be choose wo mo a wo ni wo mo ebebu man no anwafo be yi wo mu nipa twifo be yi wo mu nipa na afei nyansa to aso public you benya access because there here wa memro ni nyansa that what will be used to nyansa no and e fo nyansa ni
yo that's open kwa me umre na so that's papa ma menko Mr. Pia dankwa so na 2 minutes Mr. Pia
ajado me monitor your friend is saying me am say me a lone voice e wo sa say me hu Ghana for mu say adenti na Ghana approach for e si da mo motire mu free ajaje for e si da mo motire mu free and say mo hwe America ha wo mo ye Supreme Court ruling ni wi abortion no we say Clarence Thomas ne judges no mo fee o man kasa fee no mo ti Supreme Court judges we so mo fee no mo ti adenti na Ghana de ye ne mo da mo motire mu adenti na minister ye ba ne diamond car ba ne petrol na say
my government ejuma no niema no dos as to mu tutu
da pia na so I know a mechanical waste taniema
because on man no nya ready say ye bese saniema wo ye teacher ni a ye ntua woka wo ye judge a ye ntua woka wo ye police ni a ye ntua woka makaza asemo mi brother baako or Maryland my cousin na ni papa ye police officer okofodua na no me ka say bra afa na mate WhatsApp na say ye okofodua me ka say na ye su telephone ye fie ho me tumi ma me na wo fo nyina ba fie obe ye telephone call ade ho na tua base no enya bai ana no say yes sir uko office ya what you office vehicles upo a park ofa ka ba fie se bus na ba fo se trotro se wa wo ka wo dia ba fie da ba na kana betu be sa ade mindset no
where the police protection wo wasan you so abanka wasan so da
Mr. Pierre Dankwa asma wo kan me na me ti se kumo no esi na wonim even police for no kura na omo ejeka ayi petrol ni fu ani adam omo timi sa etwe kura ton ma trotro drivers mo ni ade omo ko fili car no no mas it waste in a boy car.
Yeah, I didn't get Ghana hono.
Misa umko feleka no ma beton ama trotro for no ne ade. Ni nyina
e bi ya body ye che no a ne ajeja no sa na paninu bi akono akwa ho chewo are
eno na ebo ye ka na me ntimi mu ye
man na misa pia
me say Ghana for nyina we need to wake up and look, and then as time goes on you know, if you can change that kind of mindset, you know, now you offer Kwame offer no you Paris, you know, a dime near Ghana, we pay the property tax to develop the community in a dime simono. Says Ghana national government or says you can develop area now what you know. This is how Brody the attitude in mind. I don't need to be sure. I don't know why you are not war. You can learn it and then do it the same way. Obia your exams. What the answers are more. Cocoa trousers don't know accurate.
Now what's accurate.
All right.
Last na me come see. Uhwe Kumasi kesi uye da Kumasi market. Still Kumasi omujiji ska central government the this guy support. Wow. Anti Kumasi kesi properties they work come on. Muntimi come masa. Eye wasting on a boy kana moti hona because of politics in tea. Near my day will be deep scanner question baku for butomuna. Come on. Masa. We need to wake up. Ni se mommy 2016 nipa ho pussy adoption of a polling station. Now this cake kwa, now this cake fa, now this cake. Come on. Every about power mo head here. Masa. Da no moti o say yes adopt to a and yen court ni. Masa. It's about time say use your brain on near the kasa. Ni nya say ade no enye kura na de akoma agi atum say you know sa na ye because of say enkuma no tam no mistake ni ba na man ya wo so free yi kasai sa be see on up to date ye de kasa sa na another generation no be sa be it's about time to cut that thing off na wo mun kun kwan ya so mo de Ghana fa so na it is said ye tu kwan betra ha so ye enjoy lo enko nipa bi na je o man ni si ho ti said ye na nsa ne ma ni nyina nsemu ne bi wa ha ba nipa bi na tena ase no mo je ne ma man ni si ho na asisi ye kura ye free baby abetena ma ye enjoy bi sa na ye so ye die na si fo ma ye man ni ebitima je si ho na nko generation fo from so be enjoy na mu ye nya sa si ko Francis no wasa
ye da say mama nko mini ya Edward ho na afi Edward mfane de mra na Ali employ we say Edward
yo media Kwame Nkrumah asoma okan no ya mistake o ye in sense nko de competent black man anim. A competent black man is capable of managing his own affairs. So, competence in free hope, you have a problem. So, what we need is a system from the parties, political parties, elected competent leaders to lead our country. So, develop very reliable system. Check corruption, check waste. Na generate revenue. Ye kwai me bim. Kimi de be si ha ya.
Ye da se ye nia Edward na di we abetum. Na Edward ansa na obekọ no. Em se elia ono ni ye kan 1 or 2 bi na ye se Ghana ye wo special prosecutor. Na I think say ne wo kira niema mu America and Sana Omba appointed Obi as a special prosecutor. No, now say a Jumana obey no, a Juma be a bino mu and she movie a becoso. Na a bano individuals ne other a unidia attorney general, I saw to me a take his action. And again, at the announcement, so you say,
aha. So Obekaya, President Trump there was this allegation said Russia for influence they control no. What happened was Attorney General appointed special prosecutor.
Right.
Mula. Money by investigation the report by. But Attorney General no in Ejuma. Ori in Ejuma what in income. Was so better report about Attorney General. And was say action be opposite take be with me take it. It's gone. They have not created a repetition of the Attorney General. Why did you call? But Ghana used to tell you that you better appointed the right Attorney General or you're independent and then you're dinner. Or waiting to form aka no pre wodi sika obe prosecute no yentimi nyenti no yes ya create cabinet officer no special prosecutor essentially no attorney general adwuma no kakra ne ya bu amana oh yeah to me hu ni say enya de be boaye kromo as president ya ade bi na say attorney general hu say ade ya bro no so ono na appointed no they want me take action na or they am a special prosecutor. I see. What we need a very strong attorney general obetimi di next form aka say hey me no nyina wo party A me no nyina wo party B nya wa ye me do be court me do be court mo wo defend who say put me defend who na for ntuma fine that's the anya ni say special prosecutor no ko ntumi nyina djuma no kula ye ntumi kan kire ye ho ni ye problem no say ye be create permanent officer FM special prosecutor. Me to me, I've never liked that idea. And
that's another waste of money. Yeah,
waste of money.
Akwaba kwenze ni office Martin Midu. Obedi dia aswareko. Waste kwaba.
David, would have problem pa or the ma buy no po. Problem pa or the ma buy.
So what is going on?
What me I find this way say another check abuy no so no. Ni problem only because want to a certain amount be freedom of information bill ya pass the implementation of the act now say a president here sign no kra no IBBB basa but can you now your systems and ke bit ma ya check it corruption edi when you anya say you create office ni here yes said no china you say BNI NIB say yes you dey any man say change of names idea was say effective implementation no yeah na your repetitions are job for the boys na
tema oil refund is hokwa na skatutri die no mu gidi what the car you ti omu ka at the end of the month
me what is a good tema me papa na no plan what you transfer free yourself okwa office on you who okwa takwa de habo
yeah, that's your Tuanica.
A Tuanica?
Hey, waste your time. And I had to waste of money. Hey, waste of money. No more waste Tuanica. Intiminka.
Nina supervision in your papa.
Eh, some.
So supervision, papa. Uncle Obi Edma Watama. No, I got not talk right there. In think 2 days, but Obi to me. No question.
Basti.
When syndicates no more, no more massa. Would you move the name of massa? Yeah, how say you have a good system. You should that you pay no for the system. Say, but if you no massa, on the last week, move the system. No, catch them say, yeah, no. Yes, I'm a Ghana for us. It looks like so much politics. No, hey, we all know what do I mean? Baby, say, oh, system where we Ghana massa. No. It is a system now. Come on.
Mike, me 2 minutes and so Mike. Me 2 minutes no na me de so say enuanu a wo mo ka say nkofo a tete bungalows na ade no ehun hia no Mike efi colonial time no na abrofo no efi akwantuo mu na wo mo bagana wo bagoko en wo mbaye adwuma enti oni yire wo ho oni ba wo ho ne maami ni ho ne papa ni ho enti ono no wo ma ne baabi no watena no wo ma na housemaid ana watchman na Mike ene obi ne papa efi osu wo ma na adwuma e wo castle no wo ma sa ma ono ofi ne papa eda wo osu no ya ma ne bungalow no otim enye nkwase asem
nkwase asem
ase enye nkwase asem ase se ye ka kire wo se enye nkwase ade na wo ya no wo na mi MPs nama na police for di wachi kan tete MPs no who say police ni bi di obi achi
ajada also papa na say o papa ni osu a obetena ene
o papa ni osu a enkran no wa fanto enti kokko high wo dan ye enti na bosun to ye tua oka no ne ma rent allowance
already for you knew on free barracks. Now we hear one more and you find a back of our
in America. And your police force in America.
A police for back on
MPs, you know. A police for they say more barracks. Anka and the normal in case one more police for national communities in them.
Exactly.
But say send up in Aquano. Woman, yes, is here. I don't know order that.
All right, Yamrano Asun, Enti, Moma Yam fencing and some people are ready. Ya Monso,
Mr. Mike, two ten beer, no one my space. Now you near debate
me 2 minutes now come on.
Oh, Ali, 2 minutes. Ali for 2 minutes, Nyanko.
Ben Sherman.
My
number. My number is 720.
Mr. Abia.
76.
Me the best testing. Me the best man. Me the best man or WhatsApp.
Yeah, my now they are testing me. Okay.
Me the best man WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay.
Ali, yentio.
Yeah, my in fact government expenditure no mum and the crescent I say yeah share na ye ho bibi because social conditions of service all the conditions of service ne lay down procedures and then regulations, you know, and then negotiation type of for instance salary, you know, and then I offer sani me nyina ade ababa. But what I'm trying to say is say oh share baby na me adwuma say a woman said na telephone will be fee but na a limit a meet my friend could do Jimmy Frey could do home so if Frey could do home so the academy in a minute cemetery so and at the same time also not me fan send them is fuel na omutia mean to me you so a car this a your official like in kwana meet me use
right.
And any money be one in rules and the regulations are the account at the 5 wage mum and the best.
Yeah.
It's and also yeah, no say any money be one as a government expenditure and it me at the so. So be a bit more ama government expenditure about form kaka. That's
yeah, that's it. You better be asking na the woman say. Mamon Kwansa, and some people so I a crowd. Mayu Temenka.
If I try me too,
all right. Auntie Montana money Mayu so. And fancy any my.
Mayu, my dear, give me some Mr. Lee said. I was 20 kilometers and I said miles.
All right. Otranya me adman na ya mo akon yin for so yin so at the political talk show no be bro anumre. Na watchi mu ayewura mu yi otena July 4th. E mo bibiala happy July 4th. Na ye yin pa yan so ama. Sa na watchi mu busumi mu July mu ensu ye. Ya we ya bia nya ye ma o no nya me fa so nshira no nshira o my gun ada mo nyina ase
okay
Papa, you want to make
that is MP for them by over Kwame Osho.
Me show.
Papa Mike. Papa Mike.
Okay.
Papa Mike.
No.
Oh, connect here.
Papa Mike, me patron. Me name so much me kan mombra.
Mike connect here too.
Ma you temenka.
Me ti won ka ba me ti won ka
omo no so wo the phone line e buy. Omo so the other line. Into kasa omo nti.
And dem patron e mo bras, omo bra ye no so.
On beba mo phone line.
Yo mami oga. Amen.
Nti Benko.
Benyanko. Me rasa metimi akonnect mo ho ama.
A British for steady system. Steady for.
Na me pacho.
Ofa kwa me untimi medi nkomo. Ya wie friend off air.
Ya ti won ka o papa kwa me enti bra. Me pa.
Why would I free have so?
Papa kwa me.
Ma yu munya musho no baby awo no nte won.
Na ende o ti me buy there no so.
Oba frɛ.
Aha on frɛ no mbre mu ende. Yo, yamisha. Yo, mami oga. I said eh.
Okay, Mike, let me free and I'm quick you we know so about it.
All right.
The name so say.
Oh, the name so say.
O the link na ba na.
Na papa kwa me pacho plus 7220 no so. Papa kwa me plus 720 no so. Your papa Ali plus 720 no so na. Mombra so na ene no. O be ka say ya start your holidays no ana me bua. Your holidays na start. Yes.
I don't know mumfa friend say Google Meet no mum. Emma the other one.
And me pacho
mami we na my time. Yeah, na my time into no aka to you.
No encat.
Oh, okay.
And over mami we no wa ho.
I me they send over.
Mami link na. Okay. Mami
oga. Me they send the one tea. Ubetim dia mami oga.
Okay. Yo mami oga mi send ya ma wa na yen.
Okay.
Na yen kwa no so. Me send na ma WhatsApp.
All right.
Shabba